And we are back. Roll up, everybody, gather, come and join. One man went to mow. The session is on again. So I am back in situation and I need you to situate with me. One man went to mow. It starts 10 o'clock thing again. You know why we do it. You know when we do it. And more importantly, you know why we do it. So gather, come, let's do it together. One man went to mow. The session commences and your company is required. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Only water, only water, where they see my water. Water, 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 water.
Only water, where they see my
Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùyé o. Ilé ṣọ́díyà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Bọ́bí màsà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Chifu Fáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùdóde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dìlé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dìlé o. Petrosonama ẹ̀yẹ o ó dìlé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dìlé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run méjìkọ. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there we are. Ikuko niriwa gbese igbala tiele he he he. The Kegite. Ikuko niriwa gbese. As guys, I bring you this. Exclusive. Vice President Osinbajo linked to Lagos collapsed building with current death toll of 36 persons. So quite what that link is, we'll find out in due course. Buhari grooming younger politicians to be president in 2023. YAYA BELLO speaking to the space, essentially Buhari's political godson. Is the attribution or the association that is inviting you to make with that headline. So we find out about that in due course. Nigeria's police boss, Baba, gives update on invasion of Supreme Court Justice or the list residents. So blah, 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 and yam, yam, yam is all that he would say because he's not going to add anything to everything that is already known. We know that it points in one direction, but does it have the brevity then to effect the arrest of Abubakar Malami, who has now turned the Nigerian governance into like some gangster mafia operation? Breaking, Kenya confirms NNAMDI Kanu did not undergo extradition. So a lot of fingers pointing in the direction of the East African country. Fed up now, I think they've actually taken to law to assert this. Kenya confirms NNAMDI Kanu did not undergo extradition. So quite what is being said there, we'll find out in due course. Buhari abandons United Nations Climate Change Conference in Scotland, jets to London to see doctors. So the guy snuck out of the conference room effectively to get his booster jab, the injection, the Sagbadewe that they are giving him in London. So there you are. That is just the Nigerian space for you. The totality of the entirety of the Nigerian governance is just to keep this guy upright, which is what they've been battling to do since 2015. Northern elders insist Nnamdi Kanu must be prosecuted, say IPOB has become a threat to Nigeria. Lock him up and chop off his head, essentially, the usual language from the north. Northern elders insist Nnamdi Kanu must be prosecuted, say IPOB has become a threat to Nigeria. So quite what is being said there, we also find out in due course. So still to the eastern space, uh, sit at home at last, excuse me, sit at home at last, Southeast governors break silence, review next line of action on Nnamdi Kanu. So the constituted authorities of the southern states, constituted authority according to Ajimobi, the constituted authorities of the southern states have now deemed to take a position on Nnamdi Kanu. But quite what that position is, we will find out in due course. But before we find out anything in due course, let's now come in now what is now via what is now becoming the traditional entree into the reading out of the talking points. Another Python dance.
Du alcohol, o meriwo n'Izu, Bolero ya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Olabori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Olabori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Olabori Meri Nnamdi bụ onye du alcohol, o meriwo n'Izu, Bolero ya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Olabori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Olabori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Olabori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Olabori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Olabori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Olabori Meri Nnamdi.
And there we are. And there we are. Nnamdi ti win a war. Python dance, Python dance. Nnamdi ti win a war. Nnamdi ti win a war. As guys, I bring you this. Vice President Osinbajo linked to Lagos collapse building with current death toll of 36 persons. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has been linked to the collapsed uncompleted 21-story building in Lagos. On Monday, the building located at Gerrard Road, Ikoyi, Lagos, collapsed with a yet-to-be-ascertained number of persons still trapped beneath the rubble. Our correspondents earlier reported on Thursday that no fewer than 36 persons have been confirmed dead at the site of the collapsed 21-story building. The rescue and emergency personnel have evacuated 9 persons alive from the debris of the fallen building. The survivors comprised of 8 male and 1 female, while the fatalities had 3 female and 33 males. Different sources on Tuesday told correspondents that the landed property was bought by Osinbajo from Chief Michael Adeojo, founder of Eleganza Motors, Eleganza Nigeria Limited, shortly after he became vice president. Osinbajo is linked to the property. That house that collapsed on Monday in Lagos State, I was aware when he got the landed property from no, not Eleganza, but Elizade, Elizade. So Elizade. A woman was selling food at the place before That was where all workers and laborers working around here do it. A facility manager told correspondents. The vice president has a lot of properties in the area. He is using his brother to manage the properties. The developer, Femi Oshibona, is only fronting for him. Osinbajo even bought another property for his brother in the area. It is at Mosley Street. The brother is the one managing it personally. He comes there almost every time. If the Lagos state government is serious, they should tell us who owns the land. The developer's brother, Larry Oshibano, was senior special assistant to the president on ICT from May 2015 to December 2019. Speaking to correspondents, another source said, I know the land was bought by the vice president from Elizade. I can't really say maybe he sold it to Osibona. I know when the land was bought. That's where we do it. I know he owns the land. What are you expecting? So you expect a whole vice president to put his name in, in such a project? He can never put his name. Femi Oshibana, our four score managing director, is only a front in this project. The vice president wanted the project to finish before 2023, another source told correspondents. A staff member of the Lagos State Building Control Agency told correspondents that there was an order from above not to visit the building during monitoring. He wondered why the general manager of the agency, Gbolahan Oke, was suspended and the commissioner for fiscal planning and urban development, Dr. Idris Salako, not punished. Why the GM, the man that just assumed office? What about the commissioner that passes through the road every day on his paper tiger monitoring? Let the governor suspend him and his PS as well, he said. I know the building is owned by a top government official. The man in question, Oshi Bona, was only fronting for that government official. We received an order from above to stop going to the site during monitoring. I heard the vice president intervened when the project was sealed off earlier in the year, but I cannot say maybe he's the owner. Don't forget, they are both from Ikenne in Ogun State. According to Highbrow Living magazine, the collapsed property, comprising 4-bedroom maisonettes, flats, duplex, and penthouses, was 65% sold out. The price range for the apartment is also said to be between 1.2 to 5 million dollars. The 20-floor strictly residential facility is the brainwork of Fourscone Homes, evolving from a desire to build an original masterpiece. The concept is to have service flats in the 3 towers for residents to experience a stress-free lifestyle, complete with a hotel flair with 360-degree view of Lagos State. The magazine reads, the structure was said to be 80% completed and was built to be concluded in 2022. In an interview with correspondents, Oshibana had said the project was supposed to be the first of its kind in Nigeria. This development will give a peace of mind and comfort to the residents because everything works, he said. We have exhibited our expertise in property development in the United Kingdom, South Africa, the United States, and Nigeria. Fourscore Home possesses uncommon capability in redefining property development in any market we choose to play in. I was one of the people whose real estate developments led to the growth of East London. I bought a house in New Cross Road and renovated it. I also bought a piece of land behind it and built 2 flats there. And that is what I will call my first real estate project. That was how I started building houses for sale. Despite initial denials, correspondents gathered that the Lagos state government only approved the construction of 15 stories for the collapsed building. There have been controversies over the actual structure approved for construction after the building collapsed on Monday, leaving at least 22 people dead. On Monday, Oki, the suspended general manager of LASBCA, had claimed that the government approved 15 floors for the 21-story building. He got approval for 15-floor building and he exceeded his limit. I am on the ground here and the material he used are so inferior and terrible, Oki had said. But addressing journalists at the site of the collapsed building on Tuesday, Obafemi Hamzat, the deputy governor, said the owner of the building got approval for 21 floors. He said, this particular one was approved for 21 floors, not 15. If you count the second building was 14 to 15, the approval was done about 3 years ago. It is nothing. It is not something new. It is the construction that failed, apparently, from what we can see. Hamzat also confirmed the earlier sealing of the building by the Lagos state government over poor construction. He added, it was sealed from June. It was sealed because the agency came in to do a structural test. They saw some abnormalities, so they shut it down for those things to be corrected. They were taking corrective actions when this happened. In a document obtained by correspondents, however, it was revealed that only 15 floors was actually approved for the project. The development permit dated April 2019 was approved by the Lagos State Fiscal Planning Permit Authority on the 9th of the 4th, 2019. It partly reads, let me see, okay. It partly reads, for Fourscore Heights Limited, 44 BCD Gerard Road, Ikoyi, permission under the provisions of the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law 2010 Fiscal Development Regulations to erect a residential 15-floor building at 44 BCD Gerard Road, Ikoyi West. It further reads, A, the planning permit granted shall become invalid where development has 2 years of grant of such permit unless the permit is revalidated by the authority. B, every developer shall, on the procurement of his permit, proceed to Lagos State Building Control Agency to give notice of his or her intention to commence development at Oba Akinjobi Way, Old Secretariat, GRA, Lagos. So it goes on to list a string of regulations. But the upshot of it, apparently, allegedly, the collapsed building belonged to Buhari's Pademan. Buhari grooming younger politicians to be president in 2023. The rascal from Kogi State, of course, President Muhammadu Buhari is grooming young politicians to emerge as the next leader of Nigeria in 2023, says Governor YAYA BELLO. Speaking further on his interest in succeeding the president in 2023 to build on what the president has started, the governor, while receiving Daura traditional and political leaders in his office, urged Nigerians to support Mr. Buhari's regime, whether in open or in secret. Very soon, I am going to answer the call of Nigerians to run for the presidency, he said. That is why Mr. President is grooming the younger generation, politicians from across the country, and ensuring that there is legislation that is going to support and open the ways for the younger generation. He also berated Nigerians criticizing Mr. Buhari's ineptitude in running the country, describing them as ingrates. According to him, Mr. Buhari has been making sacrifices to secure and unite Nigeria since his military days, claiming that he is the only Nigerian president without foreign bank accounts, including overseas houses. It will take an ingrate not to appreciate what President Muhammadu Buhari has been doing and is still doing for this country, stated Mr. Bello. President Buhari, from history, has been sacrificing and is still sacrificing for the unity, security, prosperity, and emancipation of this country right from his days in the military and now as a civilian. He added, when Mr. President succeeds, he is not succeeding for himself. His success is for Nigerians. Whoever is wishing him to fail is wishing Nigeria to fail. Mr. Buhari's regime has been heavily criticized for failing to curb worsening insecurity, corruption, and revamp the country's economy. A recent publication by The Economist had highlighted Mr. Buhari's incompetence as president of the most populous black nation. When violence erupts, the government does nothing or crack heads almost indiscriminately, the London publication had said. It also stated that Mr. Buhari has failed in his promise of curbing corruption and breeds resentment. His media aide, Garba Shehu, had also admitted that insecurity has become rampant under Buhari's administration. The Economist is also accurate to state that the insecurity challenges have come to a head under President Buhari and the All Progressive Congress APC administration, Mr. Shehu said in a statement reacting to the report. So there you are. Daddy's boy speaks of his intentions to run for office. So I'm not sure if I should bring this. If it's not too long-winded, so I will bring it because it's a story that we've been tracking for almost a week now. Uh, Nigeria's police boss, Baba, gives update on invasion of Supreme Court Justice Odele's residence. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Akali Baba, says the security operatives who invaded the residence of Supreme Court Justice Mary Odele have been arrested. Usman made this known whilst speaking at a two-day capacity building workshop for security operatives in Lagos and Ogun states, organized by the Assistant Inspector General Zone 2, held at Victoria Island, Lagos. He said, I have taken my time not to speak quickly on this issue to ensure that when I speak, I am able to give Nigerians information on what transpired or what has been done. To the best of my knowledge, we have been able to arrest the perpetrators and we are investigating the circumstances surrounding the invasion or siege on the judge's residence. Correspondents had reported on Friday that the residence was invaded by security operatives. However, both the Federal Ministry of Justice and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have denied involvement in the raid. The justice is the wife of Peter Odili, a former governor of Rivers State, who recently won in court against the Nigerian Immigration Services after the court ordered that his passport seized by the Immigration Service be returned to him. A search warrant earlier issued by the Abuja Magistrate Court was granted to the Joint Panel Recovery Unit of the Federal Ministry of Justice to search the home of Mary Odili, the second most senior jurist of the Apex Court after the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Mohammed. Withdrawing the search warrant, Magistrate Emmanuel Iyana said he was deceived to do so through misrepresentation of facts by two affidavits that were deposed to by a self-acclaimed whistleblower, Aliyu Umar, and a senior police officer, Lawrence Ajodo, who led the invasion. So there you are, Lawrence Ajodo and Aliyu Umar. There it is. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, I'm thinking maybe I should or should not bring you this story, but let me skip it first because I've not trailed it yet. So let me skip it and go on to this one that I did trail. Kenya confirms Nnamdi Kanu did not undergo extradition. So a very controversial space. Kingsley Kanunta Kanu, brother of the leader of the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, on Thursday claimed that Kenya has confirmed in court that his sibling did not undergo extradition procedure, did not undergo extradition proceedings in the East African country. Kanunta Kanu made this known in a statement he signed, which was shared by top lawyer Barrister Aloy Ejimako. Correspondents recall that Ejimako, a special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, had always maintained that his client was abducted in Kenya before being brought to Nigeria in June. Ejimako argued that since Kanu is a British citizen and entered Kenya with his British passport, he ought not to have been brought to Nigeria for any reason without valid court order for his extradition. He said that Kanu's fundamental human rights were grossly violated by those who masterminded his rendition to Nigeria, accusing the Kenyan government of culpability. He maintained that it was against international law to illegally arrest somebody on foreign land, an act that amounts to abduction. According to Ejimako, Kanu cannot be lawfully prosecuted by the federal government of Nigeria unless the issue of his extraordinary rendition is first discharged. And if he is to stand trial in Nigeria, he will first be returned to Kenya and Britain, where he resides, before Nigeria will apply for his extradition in a British court. Now, in seeking freedom for Nnamdi Kanu, Kanunta Kanu claims that the Kenyan government filed its suit in respect of the separatist leaders' matter on Tuesday, and part of their defense was that there are no extradition proceedings to justify that it is responsible for Kanu's extradition. The press statement, and by the way, just so you understand this actually plays to Kanu's favor because of the position taken by his lawyer. His lawyer is saying essentially that if this guy, a British citizen resident in Kenya, was illegally abducted and then brought back to Nigeria, you cannot then prosecute him off the back of a crime because a crime was committed in the first instance to happen him then in Nigeria. So if you are looking to prosecute him, you cannot break international laws in order to assert your domestic law. So this is exactly the position. And this lends to that position, by the way, the court statement now by the Kenyan government that there was no extradition procedure. So that then categorically then tells us that Kanu was not officially extradited from Kenya. So this is where this narrative leads. So let me take it from the top of that paragraph again. Now, in seeking freedom for Nnamdi Kanu, Kanunta Kanu claims that the Kenyan government filed its suit in respect of the separatist leaders' matter on Tuesday, and part of their defense was that there are no extradition proceedings to justify that it is responsible for Kanu's extradition. The press statement from Kanu's defense team reading part. On the 2nd of November 2021, the government of Kenya filed its defense to the suit I had earlier filed in Kenya on behalf of my brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It will be recalled that following my brother's extraordinary rendition in June this year, the Kenyan government had publicly issued a series of statements denying any complicity in this abominable act. In the said defense that it filed in court, Kenya has not only persisted in its denial, but it went further to confirm that my brother was denied the benefit of due process of extradition in Kenya or even lawful arrest. In particular, the defense the Kenyan government filed in court stated in major part that there are no extradition proceedings to justify that the government of Kenya is responsible for the subject's extradition. The statement added, it further stated that there is no OB record from any of the police stations within the country to indicate that the subject in issue was lawfully arrested and detained for purposes of commencing extradition proceedings. It needs to be emphasized that above admissions have officially confirmed our long-held position that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's transfer from Kenya to Nigeria is unlawful, not lawful as was claimed by the Nigerian government. This latest revelation, officially made in open court by Kenya, further solidifies our abiding position that the Nigerian government cannot benefit from its own wrong by subjecting our brother to trial. As the next hearing date unfolds on the 7th of December 2021, more legal processes will be in view. Our immediate goal is to secure the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from detention. There you are. So if the rule of law is to be observed, then that guy should just be set free immediately, because you cannot, off the back of a crime, seek to assert punishment, seek to assert the law. Buhari abandons United Nations Climate Change Conference in Scotland, jets to London to see doctors. President Muhammadu Buhari has left Glasgow, Scotland for London, England to see his doctors. Correspondents gather. Buhari had on Sunday traveled to Glasgow to participate in the 26th Conference of Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on climate change. According to the United Nations, the event, which started on October the 31st, is expected to end on November the 12th, 2021. President Muhammadu Buhari will Sunday, October the 31st, depart Abuja for Glasgow, Scotland, to attend the 26th Conference of Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. The president is scheduled to deliver his national statement at the high-level segment for heads of states and government at the conference on Tuesday, November the 2nd. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President, Garba Shehu, had read. Shehu had added that in Glasgow, President Buhari will participate in sideline events hosted by United States President Joe Biden and French President Emmanuel Macron. President Buhari will thereafter travel to Paris, France, on an official visit to reciprocate an earlier one to Nigeria by the French President Emmanuel Macron, and also attend the Paris Peace Forum 2021, the fourth edition hosted by the French president. It will have heads of state and governments and CEOs of major multinationals, as well as several civil society actors, gathering to advance concrete solutions to the enormous challenges posed by the C-19 pandemic and to improve global governance in terms of C-19. Though Shell's statement said the president will travel to Paris after the summit, investigation shows that Buhari, after his speech on Tuesday at the Leaders Summit, left Glasgow for London for a medical checkup. Correspondents gathered that the presidential jet which conveyed Buhari, a Gulfstream Aerospace GVSP with registration number blah 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 and serial number blah blah blah, left the Glasgow International Airport at 10:14 p.m. and arrived at Stansted Airport, London at 11:11 p.m. Meanwhile, the 5N Gulfstream airplane has been registered as Nigeria's Air Force One to replace the Boeing business jet that is still in Germany for repairs. So that was the plane that nearly crashed the last time. His use of the Gulfstream Aerospace and Falcon jets recently followed the ongoing repair to Nigerian Air Force One, a Boeing business class jet. Um, so on and on it goes. But the upshot of that is that a sick note is off to London again to get another booster jab. Um, Northern elders insist NNAMDI Kanu must be prosecuted, says IPOB says how IPOB has become a threat to Nigeria. Northern Elders Forum NEF Wednesday charged President Muhammadu Buhari regime to go on with the trial of leader of independent people, so indigenous, it should say, but yes. So indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, accusing Igbo elites who are demanding the release of Kanu of inviting more calamity on the southeast region. IPOB's plan to frustrate the governorship election in Anambra State this weekend must be resisted, the NEF said. The ongoing trial of its leader should proceed in accordance with the law of the land, and elites from the region who demand that he be accorded special treatment in return for peace should know that they are merely inviting more threats on the people they should help to protect. This position was made known in a statement by the group spokesman Hakim Baba Ahmed after a meeting with convener of the group, Abdullahi Ango, on Wednesday. The forum said IPOB has become a security threat to the country as its recent activities has continued to ruin the economy of the southeast region. Activities of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra IPOB represent an unacceptable threat to the security and rights of fellow Nigerians in the states of the southeast region and the country as a whole. Its damage to the economy of the southeast is already registered as a major disaster. Mr. Kanu has been facing charges of terrorism and an attempt to overthrow the Nigerian government. He was abducted by Nigerian agents in Nairobi, Kenya in June and transferred to Abuja. His case has been reopened at the Abuja division of the Federal High Court and was adjourned till November the 10th. Attorney General of the Federation Abubakar Malami last month claimed Kanu-led IPOB was responsible for the burning down of Oba of Lagos Palace following shooting of the #EndSARS protesters at Lekki Toll Gate last October, a development that triggered crisis in the state. Correspondents exposed Malami's claims were false as all charged with burning down of Oba of Lagos Palace were Yorubas, according to court document. So it goes on to give us the fullness of the statement by the Northern Elders, but I'm not going to, because that's just endless paragraphs of that. So let me now go to this now as the last readouts, and then I'll come in to see if there's anybody there wanting to take it on. Sit at home. At last, Southeast governors break silence, reveal next line of action on Nnamdi Kanu. Worried by the security challenges afflicting the region, the Southeast Governors Forum (SAGF) Thursday said they would soon meet with the federal government on the issue around leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The forum said the meeting would ensure that political solutions were deployed in the case of the IPOB leader currently in the custody of the Department of State Services and facing treason-related charges. They said the meeting would also address the pockets of violence in the region and the sit-at-home orders issued by different groups of agitators. Ebonyi State Governor and SAGF Chairman David Umahi announced this at Abakaliki during a media parley. We are aware of the various illegal orders of sit at home by different groups of state agitators for our people of the Southeast to sit at home every Monday and from the 5th to the 10th of November. Whereas we have identified some of the spokespersons of some of these groups, and we have been engaging them to stop all forms of violence and illegality in the Southeast and allow Southeast leaders to address all issues raised by them. We are, however, working with security agencies, our local security, and our leaders to protect the lives of our people and to address all issues raised. We thank Ohaneze Ndigbo for a good job they did through their various committees in raising various solutions towards addressing all issues raised by our young children. Southeast governors are studying their reports with the elders and the leaders of the various Southeast states, and very soon we will be meeting with the federal government of Nigeria on these issues, including deploying political solution in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, which we have already initiated. We thank our religious leaders, Conference of Bishops and Archbishops of the Southeast, the traditional institutions of the Southeast, and Christian Association of Nigeria of the Southeast for their intervention and mediation on this matter. We will work with them to achieve the desired result for our people in Nigeria, Umahi said. In a related development, Chairman Ohaneze Ndigbo Council of Elders, Engineer Emmanuel Nwanyanwu, has described as provocative and insulting the action instituted by a group described as Northern Elders requesting the court to order the National Assembly to make a law expelling Igbo from Nigeria. Nwanyanwu, who said this in a statement issued on Tuesday in Abuja, recalled that a few years ago, some Northern elders rose from a meeting in Kaduna State and issued a communique calling for the expulsion of Igbos from Nigeria. He also observed that some months ago, many news medias carried the demonstration of some northern youths and women insisting that Igbos should leave Nigeria. The elder statesman said since these attacks on Igbo nation in Nigeria, he has received a lot of curious inquiries from many Igbos within diaspora as regards their safety. He described the situation as very embarrassing to not only Indigbo but also to all patriotic citizens of Nigeria, maintaining that in a larger sense, the action of these northerners was treason against Nigeria. Nwanyanwu insisted that the action is hostile against the unity, peace, and stability of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and urged all patriotic Nigerians to view this action with great concern. He said President Muhammadu Buhari's meeting with the Southeast leaders during his visit in Owerri was highly commended and indeed a good and strategic step towards reconciliation and reassuring Igbos. So he goes on to do like a political ding dong. So from that political ding dong to this now conversational reality. Ola, I see you. UK, I see you. Charlie Boy, I see you. Kayode Thomas, I see you. And the mighty Ajanle Koko, I see you. So first to you then, Charlie Boy, since you keep insisting that you must go first. So to you then, Charlie Boy, where am I taking you? Go on.
I want to talk about like the northern elites saying IPOP is a tails saying IPOP now can't be in jail.
Yes.
To them, shame on to them for saying that. Why? No, here's my reason why I shame on them. Why them can't you go to when they're the northern elite are the one causing trouble in Nigeria? They're killing people. They're the one who created Boko Haram. They created Boko Haram. That's a fact. That's my opinion. I think they created Boko Haram. They created the husband. They're behind all this. And Metia last behind. Metia is an idiot. All of them are behind the husband. They created this. Because you actually said the husband have somebody The husband, somebody's paying them the husband money to kill people, and to not the least, they're behind all this. They know what they're doing. Why?
So,
Why?
so are you saying then it is the northern elders that are paying them, the headsmen?
Yes, that's why. That's why. I think Nigerians need to wake up and realize, you know, the least paying the headsman. Because the headsman don't get gone
How
tomorrow.
do you know this? What are you basing this on? What
No, in my
information?
opinion,
What?
it's opinion,
Oh, right.
not fact. I'm not saying a fact. My opinion.
Mm.
The reason I'm saying this because I asked myself, how this husband getting guns? Somebody's paying them. Somebody's paying the husband guns. Somebody's paying them guns. So it must be somebody on top.
Charles, you'll be surprised how easily guns are gotten, especially in the north. You see what's happened in when Libya fell, and the Americans were not able to secure the weaponry there. That weaponry cascaded through the Sahels. So millions and millions of just medium range weaponry, AK-47. It's just the whole places are washed with weaponry. So I don't think the herdsmen will struggle to find weapons.
Yeah, yeah. So the reason I think it's knowledge because it's so strange that Buhari always keep going to the Middle East every time. To me, that's very strange
Why is it strange?
because to me, it's very suspicious. Why he keep going to the Middle East? He's probably getting
But
guns from the Middle
no,
East.
no, no. Those are his people. He's
Yeah, I know, but
those are his masters.
to a normal person, it's very suspicious. If you know you have to say, how the husband keep killing people and keep going down south? Somebody on top of the government is giving them money, and then the government know that somebody in one of them working for them is giving the husband money. That's the truth. You have to say,
That's the-
and why would they pay them ransom? That's dumb. Why would you pay a person killing people ransom? That's dumb. You just kill them. Why? They already kill your people. You pay them ransom for what? So to add more guns?
Charles. What are you making of this position that has been taken? They've even gotten to court, the Kenyan government, to insist that they did not extradite NNAMDI Kanu. What are you making of that? The Kenyan government taking a
It's,
legal position.
you see, the Kenyan government, I don't know what happening. The Kenyan government they want Nigeria to face their own trouble. They don't want to be dragging Nigeria trouble. For them, it hold a bad image for them, for their country. See, because Kenya is basically a tourism country, so for them to be a bad image, so people don't come to visit the country to see the wildlife. For Kenya, it will be a bad image.
You know what makes me suspicious, Charles, is the fact that the Kenyans have not taken a more aggressive position in this regard. If they are saying they had no hand in the rendition of Kanu, then that tells us that Kanu was illegally renditioned from their country. So if Kanu was illegally renditioned from their country, then why are they not taking a more aggressive stance to say, how can you come into our country and desecrate it in such a manner with this just crass behavior? So because they are not frontal enough, in the way that they are pushing
No, I'm
against
not
the
saying I'm
Nigerian. So
suspicious.
that's yeah.
I'm telling you, why is Kenya saying now? Why are they saying now about it? Why are they saying, yeah, what doing now? See, I think the reason why they're doing now because they're realizing it's holding their content image for tourism. It's getting way. If they don't say now, people are not going to visit the country for tourism, see the wildlife, for them to hold the image. So want Nigeria to face it too.
Well, they've
And
always
that's why I think the Nigerian government behind. Not, I think Nigeria's government behind, not Kenya. I think Nigeria's government behind. I bet Kenya can say Nigeria's behind this. Watch. Kenya
well
had next step.
they've always denied involvement, Charles. But what they have now done is to double down on that denial by going to court to assert that they did not. But you have to understand, Charles, this is a very technical and a very nuanced thing that they are doing. So what they are doing is to go to court to say that they did not extradite Kanu. So to extradite Kanu would need a formal legal process, and that formal legal process did not take place within their own legal systems. So that is their assertion, but that is a very narrow specificity. So they're specifically just narrowing to that extradition, which doesn't still account for all of the other things and the more likelihoods of what actually happened. So a very clever move by the Kenyans, I would suggest.
Yeah, I think Kenya is good for them to do that because they don't want to be Nigeria. They don't want to drag Nigeria's co-op image in the world. They don't want to be dragged because they know Nigeria is where they're first. They already know that. But that's why other African countries don't want to associate with Nigeria. South Africa, Ghana, Kenya. They know they don't want to associate with Nigeria, and that's the reason why the apartheid happened in South Africa. Because they know Nigerians are criminals. They want to sort people criminals, people who
Apartheid happened because of Nigerians. Do you know what apartheid is?
No. One South Africa even said that. One South Africa, he would
Do you know what apartheid is?
No, he would have comment. He said the reason why South Africa is angry because Nigerians are criminals. Nigerians show a bad image to Africa. That's why other African countries are angry at Nigeria. Because Nigeria basically showed a bad image to the Western world. This is what Africa is like. That's why all African countries are angry at Nigeria. That's the truth. That's what Kenya doesn't want to associate with Nigeria. I bet when Kenya did that. Because Kenya don't want to associate with Nigeria problems for them bad image.
But that association is already there.
One man, can I say something, please?
Hold on, Kaide.
Yeah.
That association is already there. That association is already there. Because they have some form of involvement in what happened. So
What do you want to say, Tommy?
Oh yes. Good evening, everybody. Ajale Coco, Charles, UK, and my able friend, one man. I just want to ask one man: how do we sure Kanu was kidnapped or rendited from Kenya? Because Nigerian government hasn't tell us the truth till now. Because if Kenya is denying now that they don't know how Kanu was brought to Nigeria from Kenya.
No, they are not. They are not denying that.
They are not denying.
Yeah.
But they said, but what you wrote now is they didn't know how it got.
Yeah, I'm sure you heard me, but maybe you did not. That what they are narrowing it down to a specificity and to a very cleverness of it. So what they are saying is it was not extradited. So that is what they are saying. And that is just a narrow space within all of the things that.
So how did they extradite him then? They just give
he was renditioned. It's a play on word, isn't it? So to extradite him would be to arrest him, to present him before a court for the court to listen to the argument why he should be extradited. So that process did not take place in Kenya. That is what they are saying. It was
that
not
means they are trying to play smart now.
No, but no, well, I don't know how he plays, but that clears up that space. So now, what do we know? We know that Kanu was in Kenya. We know that Kanu then happened from Kenya suddenly into Nigeria. We know that he did not happen from Kenya to Nigeria by his free will. We know this. So how did it happen from Kenya to Nigeria? Was he extradited? Was he kidnapped? Was he coerced? All manners of things. So that extradition now has now been cancelled out as anything that could have happened. So because the Kenyans have now said they are the legal authority in their own country and said he has not gone through their process. So anything outside that extradition then is an act of illegality. So that then tells us that NNAMDI Kanu was happened from Kenya to Nigeria illegally. So that's what's happened. So if it was happened from Kenya to Nigeria to Abuja illegally, then you cannot then assert law on top of him off the back of an illegality, off the back of flouting international law. So that is where the narrative is, by my reckoning.
Yes, you are right. That means Kenya is very weak. Kenya is very weak. For them to do that or say, they are very weak.
What are you talking about? You don't understand, do you? You don't.
I understand what you're saying.
No, you don't. Because it's nothing to do with Kenya. They are just absorbing a space as a possibility, so that they take that space out as a possibility, which then discounts it. So then we now look at what else is probable. It plays into the hands of our Kanu's lawyers anyway. This is just how what it boils down to.
That means the word the lawyer have been using, that he was kidnapped. That means it was confirmed now that he
That
was
is exactly
kidnapped.
where I was. That's what I
Yes.
was. That is what I was getting
Yes,
at.
that is the summary of this thing. He was kidnapped from Kenya. But I will not tell you, Kenya can said they were not aware of the kidnapping.
No,
That's what I'm trying to
no, but
push to you.
they are. This is why I was saying that it was the court case is narrowing to a specificity, specifically about extradition. They are saying that did not happen, but they did not say they don't know what happened. They did not say they are not involved, but specifically via the legal process of arrest, present in front of a lawyer, in front of a judge, and then hear arguments, and then a judge. That process did not take place in their own legal structure. So that's why I'm saying they
Nigeria
need
is a
to. Yeah.
criminal.
No,
Nigeria is a criminal.
Buhari
Is
this
a
is why I
criminal.
say now
Even Charles,
they are running the country like gangsters.
Nigeria is a criminal.
But back to you, Charlie boy.
Yeah. Yeah, but Tom, you understand Kenny's view, Thomas, that Kenny wants to say the image because Kenneth, if Kenneth don't say the truth, for them we hold the image for people who visit the country, like the Western world, for tourism. So for Kenya, they gotta save the image. So Kenyans had to blame Nigeria because they don't want their own image. So I think Nigeria kidnapped Kanu, but Nigeria don't want to say the truth. Now I think Nigeria is the one who kidnapped Kanu. And Nigeria can say the truth, because Nigeria say the truth. This is be international court. I'm saying this. You can go to international court.
You know, Charles, what Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer is also cleverly doing. What Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer is cleverly doing is that he's insisting to the court that you cannot hear the charges against Nnamdi Kanu without first addressing the circumstances of him being brought back into Nigeria. You know, because you have to start from the beginning, and the beginning was that this guy was in Kenya and is suddenly in your court. So those circumstances first, they have a more immediacy than the charges. So if they address how Nnamdi Kanu was happened into Nigeria, and they find that to be illegal, then that, because they say you have to make it good in law to make it good. So they have to make good. So to make good then will be to reverse the process, to reverse him back exactly to where he was in Kenya before he was renditioned, and then to either request of the Kenyan government or the United Kingdom for his extradition. So you see,
Yeah.
it's just
Because
that
to
they
me,
will be in court forever.
I won't be surprised if Kenya goes to international court on Nigeria. I won't be surprised.
You know, Kenya, that's why I'm saying Kenya should be a bit more aggressive towards the Nigerian state to show that they are not complicit.
Because Nigeria is accusing Kenya of doing it when they did it. You see, watch, Kenya might accuse Buhari, say, the Nigerian government accusing us of them when they did it. You see?
Yes.
Nigeria should be very careful.
They are running the country like gangsters, and the Malami and his daddy.
And that would be bad for Nigeria's image in the world if Kenya kill Nigeria,
Because
it becomes
you know,
that'd be bad for
there is
Nigeria.
a reason why you see what they did to go and abduct Nnamdi Kanu is not anything especially clever or unique. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Any country that wants a fugitive can equally just get agents to track him, kidnap him, dope him up, and put him in a diplomatic bag and bring him back. Anybody and everybody can do that. But the reason why people don't do that is because there's international laws that forbid that, and those international laws forbid because you can't just run the world like the Wild West, like some Fulani feudal something savagery, you know. But they don't know beyond savagery. To them, they think they've been clever, of course, you know. But there you
Yeah,
are.
and Nigeria should do it too, because if Nigeria lied, Nigeria could get sanctioned by the US. Because US is
Nigeria
kidnapping.
should get sanction. This is what I'm saying. The international bodies, they are toothless bulldog. Because anyway, sorry, Charles, I'm overrunning you somewhat.
Yeah,
Carry on.
I'm saying that I think Nigeria is gonna get sanctioned by the US government. Because what I bet Kenya do? Kenya tell USA that, hey, Nigeria government is lying to us. Nigeria kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. What's gonna happen? Kenya sanction Nigeria. If Kenya work with the British and the US and the French about Nigeria can be sanctioned, and that'd be very bad for Nigeria. I'm saying right now, Nigeria have Nigerians have a bad image. Buhari doesn't know Buhari should fix it fast before it's too late. If I was him.
No, but it's beyond Buhari's capacity to fix it. And Buhari doesn't even acknowledge that Nigeria has a bad image because the people who Buhari are looking to, the people he is looking to impress, Buhari, they are people that are impressed by the sort of person and the sort of presentation that Buhari presents. He wants to impress the Arabs and his Fulani types in the Sahel region, the Nigers, the Chadians, etc. And they are exactly of this warlord mindset. So
Because
he doesn't care
I
beyond that.
won't be surprised if USA ban Nigerian politicians will come to you. I won't be surprised USA do that. The ban Nigerian politicians will come to USA. They might do that if they find that Nigeria lied about kidnapping Kanu. That would be very bad for the politician. They can't go nowhere. That would be good for the people there. They can't go nowhere, steal money.
All right. Thank you, Charles. Before I take you on to the next talking point, let me acknowledge Alexander's super chat, which is sending in your direction, Charles. It says, Charles, you really are a pleasant young man. One man I see is really fond of you, and rightly so, I hasten to add. God bless your heart, Charles. So a pat on the back from Alexander via super chat to you,
Thank
Charles.
you,
So,
Alexander.
so he's saying don't become like Ovie and Amugbo or like Mike and Omuti. So just be on the straight and narrow. So don't become a drinker.
One
So
man.
just continue to hang out on one man's platform and you'll be all right. So well done, Charles, and thank you, Alexander. So to the southeast, still within your region now, the southeastern governors come out then to speak on the Nandukan matter, and they are saying collectively they are looking to seek a political solution and dialogue with the government. Good idea, would you say, Charlie Boy?
Yes, I think that's a good idea because I think for the Southeast governors, and they gotta do something, or else the people they will be angry at them because they gotta defend the people. If they're not sure that they support the people, like the Yoruba support their own people, and the Igbos don't show they support their own people, that'll be bad for their political will. If they want the federal government to build the walls, build all this, they gotta fight. They know the Igbos are manjat, but that's the issue. That's the issue I have with the Igbo's governor. You know the Igbo people suffer in Nigeria. Why can't you step up and fight for the Igbo's right? But they're not doing it. They're just weak. They only go there just to steal money. Look at that bad government. A bad government award. Look at the government of a bad state. He's an idiot.
Who is your home governor? Who is your governor?
Alamba.
Anambra.
Yes.
What's his name?
Obanya, the drunkard.
Okay.
Who drinks beer.
How do you know he's a drunkard? Do you partake in the same wine
No.
bar together? Are
You
you
did tell
drinking
by
bodies?
the look of his face. You could tell he's a drunk guy. Look at
Look
his
at
face.
that.
You will
Look
tell.
at that. Rascality.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you, Charlie Boy. Stay with us. Let me go on, Charles, then to you. From you, rather, Charles, to Thomas, who has been chiming in. So, Thomas, to you. Thomas, are you? So, that space then that you were speaking to, the position taken by the Kenyan government to say that we did not extradite this guy. What are you making? How does that permutate then with the goings on?
To me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. I think now they are getting some backlash from Nigeria about how it was sent to Nigeria. Some people are giving them backlash. Then they are getting a negative report from Nigeria for them to extradite or repatriation Kanu to Africa. But I think Kenya is very weak for me because I suppose I want them to push this hard, as you rightly said, one man, because I think they are a bit calm about what happened. Because if they said they're supposed to take him to court, process the extraditing case, and maybe they may said it's not guilty, or they may set him free, but they didn't do that. They didn't do that. You don't know what Nigeria offer Kenya for them to give them Kanu. Nigeria can go any place. They can do
What do you
anything.
think? What do you think the price is? I'm saying it can't be short of $250 million, maybe $500 million they would have paid.
There is nothing Nigeria cannot do, my brother. All the salary of civil servants of Nigeria, they can give it to Kenya to capture Kanu, because they know if Kanu could have been in an European country, they can't do that. But they see that as they know when Kanu left England, they follow his movement everywhere. You know, Kanu has been in Israel, been in some European country. They can't
They
do
couldn't
that.
have done that in Israel as well. If they do that in Israel, they will pay heavy price.
They will be everywhere. They will just bomb Nigeria totally.
No, I mean, the Israelis, they don't joke.
They don't joke, because you can't come to their space and desecrate their laws. But they know they can manipulate Africa. If they give Kenya like webs, like crude oil,
They give them 2 kobo. Yeah.
they give them. Kenya is nothing to Nigeria. Kenya will be punishing Nigerian shoe. They are nothing to Nigeria. They are nothing. So they give them heavy price for them to give Kanu to Nigeria. Nigeria is a criminal. They are criminal. They are running that country like a mafia. And
it's a gangster system, isn't
like
it?
a gangster. And even they try to do that to Sunday Igboho. But because Benin Republic is under France, a sort of colony, France still have a little bit say on Benin. That is why they couldn't.
I tell you what, I would not be surprised if I'm sure they are perfecting moves to rendition Sunday Igboho. Don't be surprised if it's suddenly in the room next to Kanu in Abuja Central.
They are trying to do that. They are trying to do that as well. They can
Because
go
that is what Burutai is there for.
Yes, because of Igboho, they can open borders for compensation, for changing hands. There's nothing Nigeria cannot do, my brother. They can do anything to get whoever they want to get. That is the problem. Here in Australia, you can sue the government and win.
Well, you can sue the government and win. You can do that in Nigeria too. What are you talking about?
You can sue the government and win?
Yes.
Are you sure?
It's Sunday Igboho, Nnamdi Kanu, everybody, they get judgment against the government.
But did they finally get what they want?
I don't know.
They said they give Sunday Igboho 20 billion. Will Nigeria pay Sunday Igboho 20 billion? Nigeria will not pay. They are just there to phantom their own way of life and give what they have to give to the country, like first hope. Everybody that has won case against Nigeria, they haven't paid. Baba Suwe, Omidino, when they arrested him that he has cocaine in his belly, after they got that he didn't have any cocaine, the courts award Baba Suwe 20 million, like maybe 20 or 10 million naira. Till now, Nigeria didn't pay that money.
How do you know? Are you his accountant? Are you his banker?
Yes. The man said it. The man came out and said they didn't pay him. And like 2 months or 1 month after the lawyer get the judgment, the lawyer died, mysterious death. So Nigeria is like a mafia.
No. What are you trying to indicate by that?
What I'm trying to indicate that even if you get judgment against the government, there is no implementation.
No, you are saying the lawyer died a mysterious death. The lawyer has already done his job now. So what is his death got to do with it?
But people are trying to correlate the death of the lawyer.
Yes, those are yam heads now. That's a yam head thinking.
I don't know. That is
no,
what
but is that not yam head thinking? The lawyer, right. the lawyer has gotten the judgment, and then he dies through whatever causes, and they are trying to make attribution. What is the attribution?
The problem is the same lawyer that can fight. It's the same lawyer that can fight so that the Nigerian government will pay that money.
No. The where the lawyer was a threat was when the case was in his fledglings to get the judgment. Once the judgment is there, the money is owed. So unless they appeal it, so that's just yam. It's just that's yam head thinking now.
I think you are right, one man. But
yeah.
Nigeria, no. Nigeria, it's very unfortunate, and I even pity Kanu. He couldn't have traveled to any African country. He's supposed to know the modus operandi.
No, it was after Instagram babes now. Those Instagram.
The only country Nigeria Kanu can travel to, he will not be arrested, is only South Africa, because South Africa is still a little bit stronger. They will not just take shit from Nigeria. But aside from South Africa, if he travel to any country, Nigeria know his movement. They know his movement.
I think Ghana would hold strong too, because they seem like a civilized bunch over there.
Oh, are you sure Ghana? Are you sure Ghana?
I'm not sure. That's how they are presenting themselves. That they are coming out of
I know they presented themselves good.
This black mindset.
But everybody has their own price. Ghana too has their own price. Everybody has their price. If Nigeria gave them like millions of dollars, Nigeria is a mafia. They can do anything. He couldn't have left Europe. He couldn't have left Europe. He couldn't have left Europe, because when he jumped bail, I was even happy that this man finally go out from Nigeria. Like he has refuge. He can travel to every European countries, American countries, South America. But for him to go to Kenya, to come to Africa, is a big mistake. Is a big mistake.
All right. Thank you, Thomas. Let me take you, Thomas, to this space that had speculations that the building that collapsed in Ikoyi was actually owned by the vice president, and just a detailed piece indicating that that building was actually the land, and subsequently the building is owned by the vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, the one that claims that he's a pastor. So what are you making of that development?
I don't believe that, but I know it can happen. All these politicians you see.
No, why don't you believe it first?
But I don't think it's possible. It's possible, but I don't think it is true. Many things fly out in our country. Maybe it may be true or lie, but I think it can be possible, because politicians, anytime they want to do their wrong deals, they find somebody to put the money under them, so that the money or the house that wanted to be builded will not be traced to them, just to hide their.
Are you suggesting that Osinbajo is not corrupt?
No, I don't say he's not corrupt.
Do you think he is corrupt?
I don't think he could be corrupt, but there's no allegation against him.
I'm not saying allegation. I'm asking what you think, just from his public presentation and how you've chosen to perceive him. Does it perceive to you?
I don't think he's corrupt.
All
but
right. Okay.
Before now, we've got some corrupt activities with him as well, because sometimes people expected him to speak out in some occasion. Then we hear rumor. It may be true or false. We hear rumor that he has his own corruption allegation. That's what the presidency normally brings to him. That if you talk, we have what you have done somewhere.
We have your file.
We have your file. So just keep quiet, Michonne, because I think the man's supposed to speak for himself. Because I saw him like extra tire. He doesn't even command any authority at all. Because many countries Buhari even travel to. Buhari is supposed not to travel to some countries. You can imagine they are doing educational summits. Buhari is going there. What is Buhari's gonna add to educational summit? Buhari is a dumb person. Sorry to say that.
Well, we all know this.
I watched a interview with CNN. Buhari said in his own mouth that he doesn't know how many years secondary school people use. A president of the nation, he doesn't know how many years secondary people use.
How would they know now?
Students in
Did they go
class.
to secondary school? You have to go to secondary school to know how many years you spent there now.
You can see. I don't know how we get our leaders. I don't know. They will ask Buhari A, you'll be saying B. If they have same B, you'll be saying C. Woman, you can't
Our
sit
leaders are poor.
down and interview Buhari one-on-one. Nobody can interview Buhari one-on-one. You can see
The
all
only
these
people,
broadcasts.
that will interview him are those bought and paid for channels, television,
Chinese television, and even
talking
they said
heads.
they gave them the questions they can ask. They can't ask just any question. You can imagine they are gagging the press.
What the interview will be like. Are you great or fantastic? Oh, I am both. So that is the sort of thing that they will go and do. Are you a superstar?
Just
Yes,
imagine.
I
Just
am.
imagine.
The fact still
The
remains that
president.
our elites are the most corrupt. Our elites are the evil of this country. The fact remains that our elites are the people, they are the armed robbers in this country. They are the 419 in this country. They are the fraudsters in this country. There is no any better politicians among these 300 how many people in this Senate and House of Representatives, including the governors across the country. These are the people that are destroying this country. These are the very few.
You can imagine one man. You can imagine one man. The president, the address of October 1st. The president cannot come to a TV live and experience and speak to the country. They have to record, edit, edit. Just imagine Trump or Biden presenting a speech to the country and it was edited and it was recorded. Why cannot speak like this to Nigerians? So what is there for? We are just deceiving ourselves. One man. I cried for that country.
Do you think whoever is responsible, because they count now 36 bodies and still counting, they're still picking people off of the rebels of the.
Of the rebels, yeah.
So what do you think should happen to whoever is found to be responsible for that?
They should be in jail by now.
Yeah, hold on, Ego. That's to Thomas. Yeah, go on, Thomas.
The person should be jailed. The person should be jailed.
What should be the charge?
The charge is murder. The charge
I think it's probably more manslaughter than.
It is manslaughter.
Yeah.
It is manslaughter, my brother. It is manslaughter. And you know Nigeria, this thing will go under the carpet. Almost
so if it is, because where I was leading to is if it is established, because they charted the trajectory of that land, people look out to that space to say that, look, he used to belong to some Elizade Motors, who then sold it.
Yes, Elizade Motors, yeah.
Elizade Motors, who then sold it to Osinbajo. And then he then had his front agent, the person fronting for him, built on top of it, that is building all over choice areas in Lagos. So this is because they quoted quite a few sources, that are local to that space. So if it is established that, and they are saying the approval granted by the whichever secretariat is responsible was for 15 stories. They built 21 to maximize profit. They want to be selling it at $5 million.
No. You make a mistake.
Right.
They have the one of 21, the one of 15. They have 3 buildings, high-rise in that compound. So the one of 21, they got approval for 21. The one of 15 is different, and the one of I think 70 or 18. So that one is, they have clarified that. But what I'm telling you is that the people building the building, even they show the picture of the building before collapse. The picture was bending. High-rise was bending. It's not upright. It's same country. And I will take you back to synagogue. Almost 250 people die in synagogue. What happened today?
Okay, listen to this, Thomas. In a document obtained by correspondence, however, it was revealed that only 15 floors were actually approved for that project. So let me take it from the topmost paragraph. This is the deputy governor of Lagos State who is in situation. He says, but addressing journalists at the site of the collapsed building on Tuesday, Obafemi Hamzat, the deputy governor, said the owner of the building got approval for 21 floors. He said this particular one, so like you said, there are quite a couple of buildings on that space, but he said this particular one was approved for 21 floors, not 15. If you count, the second building was 14 or 15. The approval was done about 3 years ago. It is not something new. It is the construction that failed apparently from what we can see.
Yes,
So,
that's what I'm saying.
can you hold on? Sorry, can you hold on, please? Hamzat also confirmed the earlier sealing of the building by the state government over poor construction. He added, it was sealed from June. It was sealed because the agency came in to do structural tests. They saw abnormalities, so they shut it down for those things to be corrected. They were taking corrective actions when this happened. In a document obtained by correspondence, so this is the counter argument. So this now seeks to contradict what that deputy governor said, that the approval was for 21 stories. In a document obtained by correspondence, however, it was revealed that only 15 floors were actually approved for the project. So there you are. So this is from documents that they've gone to source from whichever secretariat is responsible.
So you are right. As I rightly said first, synagogue as well. They got approval for 3 or 2 blocks, and they took it up there without even thinking about the foundation. So that is what we get. That is the person responsible for this to be jailed. Then I don't think they can do anything now, because the owner is there, is dead as well.
But they're saying that guy is the agent, is an agent, not the owner.
But before this, like 2 years ago,
Are you not hearing where they're leading to? They are leading to the possibility that this building was actually owned by the vice president. And if we are concluding,
let me finish my statement.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, 1 month ago or a year ago, this same man, Femi, he was interviewed in Channels or Arise TV, which he claimed is the owner of the property. He even named the building Building Hope, Building Faith, and Building Peace. He named the 3 buildings that he was even boasting on that TV that he has been building in Europe, in Africa. So he claimed he's the owner of the building, because I watched people brought the flashback of that interview, that he owns the building. But he may link to Nigerian vice president, which I am not doubt of that. They may be they may be business associate. We think there's nothing that's not impossible in Nigeria. It can happen. But he claimed he's the owner 1 year ago. I watched the interview.
All right, and anybody can claim anything. If it belongs to the vice president, then he's not going to say, because what they're saying was that this guy actually bought it shortly after he took office, But if we do establish that it is a building owned by the vice president, and we conclude that the levy has to be manslaughter, are we then looking at putting for the vice Mamugari, handcuffs on the vice president?
For one man, know our country.
I know now. 36 people dead.
They will shout within 1 month. How much is 26 people to almost 250 people that died in synagogue? What happened? President Goodluck Jonathan aid and abet with Temitope Joshua. They sweep it under carpet. They sweep, almost 150 South Africans die in that building collapse. They sweep it under carpet. They're gonna sweep these two up under carpet. There's nothing will happen. This is not Nigeria. We know their modus operandi, isn't it? Oh.
All right. So the northern elders insist Kanu must be prosecuted. They also say that IPOB, they're essentially a threat to Nigeria. So this runs contrary then to what seems to be the popular trajectory, with a lot of people say that that they should negotiate with NNAMDI Kanu, that whatever it is, just to douse the tension in the eastern space, to negotiate NNAMDI Kanu out of prison, which would then bring ease to that space. But the northern people at Abdullahi Ango and his Man Friday Akim Baba Ahmed, they are saying that Buhari must jail him and just destroy that movement once and for all. So what are you making of that, Thomas?
Nigeria, northern elders, they are just trying to play smart. They are trying to play smart because you remember the other time we talked about the northern that said, oh, if Buhari, if the Southerner want to go, they should let Southerner or Easterner to go out of Nigeria. That is Nigeria for you. The Northerner want him to be jailed, or let the court has his, let NNAMDI Kanu has his on in court. Let the court judge.
They are not saying he shouldn't have his day in court, but what they are saying is that he should not be politically negotiated out of prison. So this is where the Northerners are, that they don't want.
I know what they are trying to do, because they are trying to, some people are suspecting maybe they want to use NNAMDI Kanu, maybe latest 2022, they want to use him to negotiate so that the APC can continue in their atrocity by ruling Nigeria. Maybe they may release him. Some people, there's some rumor going around. Maybe they may release him next year for political purpose so that Nigeria can still be together. That is why these northern people are coming out now. They should not release him on political ground, because they are hearing the rumor. Maybe they may release him on a political ground, that maybe give him amnesty or just pardon him. But I know Kanu we are talking about, Kanu is not ready to back out.
How are you sure?
Kanu will never back out, my brother.
How are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Do you think he's a man of conviction or a man of opportunity? Do
No.
you think Kanu is a man of conviction or opportunity?
He's a man of conviction, my brother.
Okay.
He know what he's doing. Kanu will never back out. Even if they kill all his family member, with his trajectory, with all normally came out of his mouth every time, Kanu will never back down for Nigeria.
Okay.
Kanu will never back down. And you can see Anambra election now.
But they are backing down on Anambra now. I think they've cancelled their sit at home.
But they cancelled their sit at home, but people will not come out. Hadn't they cancelled the sit at home on Monday? I watched the Chinese news and Arise News on Monday. This same Monday was like ghost town in Anambra. The IPOB has cancelled it, but people are still not coming out. IPOB own that state, own that space. They cancel it. I heard it, breaking news. They cancel it, but people will not come out. Even before this trajectory or all this Kanu problem, Anambra don't turn out for voters. They have 11.5 million population in Anambra. The last election, 22% out of Anambrans voted. 22% out of 100% voted. So Anambra is not people that vote. They don't vote. They don't believe in voting system of Nigeria. They don't vote. Anambra is not a voting people. They don't vote. They believe in their business. They believe in their business, do their business. They don't believe in political janjaweed of Anambra. Anambra are not, they are not voting.
But Kayode, that is
Yes,
not
please,
peculiar to that is not peculiar to Alambra alone. There are always poor
turnout.
vote turnout in
But Anambra is very worse, my brother. 22%. 22%.
I think if you follow other states too.
Yeah, I think that's the average, yeah, right across the board.
Yeah, it's not, vote turnout is not impressive in Nigeria. It's not, even in the West, in Southwest too.
Ajali Koko, I wonder, here in Australia, if you don't vote, you will be fined $3,500. You must vote, even if you like it or not.
Why?
But that's not democracy now. That's nonsense.
Yes.
Nonsense.
That is what they do here.
What if you don't believe in the system, or you don't believe in the options?
No, you must vote. That is the law of Australia.
No, that is not democracy. That's nonsense.
You must vote. It's very important. It's very, even if you don't like the 2 candidates or the 10 candidates, you must vote. You will be fined $3,005.
Do you have is it a military government that you have in Australia?
No, it's PM. We have Prime Minister. We are running like UK.
Yes.
So
Australia is a penal colony, isn't it? It's a penal colony.
The turnout is so poor, even in Nigeria. But Anambra, they don't vote.
You know, it's criminals they used to send to Australia then. So they are all criminals there. You remember, it's a penal colony now. If they want to excommunicate somebody from society, they'll send them to Australia. So
you see the Anambra election now, they have registered votes, almost 2 million. You can imagine, out of 11.5 million. So Anambra, I don't know how that election is going to go. I know people will not come out. It's going to worse, more than 22%. Northern elders.
Would they be shooting themselves in the foot too? Because Anambra is the only Apga, is the only real Igbo-owned state in Nigeria. So if they don't turn out and it falls to one of the major parties, then the Igbos don't own any state anymore in Nigeria.
One man, you imagine the last election or the 2 last for Peter Obi, you can imagine they have 1.5 accredited voters and the result came out 1.9. Nigerian election is mind bloated. Is the voters, accredited voters, the election number is more than accredited voters.
I think that's a common narrative in Nigerian election, though, isn't it? That 20 people vote and 200 results come in.
200 results come in. It's very alarming. I just think they should just cancel election in that country. They should just choose, like military. I want to go, because our election don't count. It's not counting at all. It's not counting. It's very pathetic, my brother.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Thomas. So stay with us, Thomas, as we go on to UK. So UK, are you there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good to have you. Good to have you, UK. So to that space, then this now law court-based position by the Kenyans to say that they did not extradite NNAMDI Kanu to Nigeria. So we now know categorically, although we knew before, but we know now factually that NNAMDI Kanu was not legally taken from Kenya to Nigeria. So what are you making of that?
Well, I mean, we know that now they are denying. We know that one way or the other they're involved now, because there's no way you can bring in private jet in your country, then the authority will not know. A plane is not something that you just drive now. and follow this thing, because before you enter the airspace, they already know that you are coming there. So them being denying, I mean, they don't want to like be, they don't want them to, I mean, they don't want to like be corporate, for whatever charges they could charge them. So they know. So denying is just like, I mean, they're just saying, I mean, I don't believe what they're saying. I mean, they're just denying. It doesn't make any sense. It one man.
No, I think it makes sense because they are not denying that they are not involved, but they are saying that it wasn't through the official channels. So what they are saying is it wasn't arrested, it wasn't brought before a judge for the judge to. So that's what they are saying. So, but that which then makes us just it then makes it categorical that it was taken illegally. So that is just what that offers.
Yes.
So thank you for that. And to that Lagos State building space, the link with Osinbajo, a lot of people now speculating, at least speculations to the suggestion that the collapsed Ikoyi building was actually Osinbajo's project. So 36 people down so far. But that's not necessarily to say it's corruption because he's a wealthy man. So, but building regulations flouted, poor materials used, people dead. So somebody should be held accountable. So should they then be knocking on the doors of number 2, Aso Rock?
So, one man, I want to ask you a question. For sure, I mean, this is very. I mean, the thing that is going on in Nigeria is very crazy, man. Could you imagine? I'm not saying that the vice president cannot have that, but I mean, you don't want to like execute while you are still in position, because anybody you ask, they will say he have taken Nigerian money to be doing that project. I mean, how do you see it, one man?
And now that's not what this is it now. That is why he's using a front man. That is why they use front men.
Yes.
So they'll go and use some person.
Is it not the same money laundry now? Is it not the same money laundry we are talking about?
It's worse even than what they charge.
And look, I mean, we are crying that they're borrowing. Then they will borrow and use it to be doing their own personal project.
You see, that's why I added the proviso so that we know that it's a wealthy man.
Is it not crazy? Is it not crazy? So that building they went and they have been talking they will give Nigerian light, they will give us road, but they are using the money to be putting all those skyscraper in Lagos. Then they will be claiming that it's a real estate developer, not knowing that it's them. Because if you check in that area now, maybe Buhari might have about 10 houses. That skyscraper, 10 in Lagos.
They're saying that the building was intended to be a showpiece, first in Africa. So how can something that you're intending to be first in Africa be
that building is just a piece of scrap. It's a piece of scrap, man. I mean, you can
and you know that Ikoyi is some water dense sort of area. So clearly they did not do enough in the foundation work.
See, one man
put up a skyscraper on water.
In any foundation, more especially something like that, they have to do a lot of piling. I mean, I see where these people construct in America here on just ordinary bare land where there's no water. If you see how they pile something, and this thing is not like something maybe like 2 or 3 story, even apartment. The way they build the apartment itself.
The foundation should be 40% of the spend.
Yeah, because when they build apartment here, the apartment lasts like 100 and something years before because my house I bought. Do you know that the house is 1978? Do you know when I went to the foundation, man? It's just like they just built the house today. To tell you how in people that build here, the way they take things, no cutting of corner. They will use the right solid cement. Everything
they have regulations now because as we are building it, Almost every week, somebody from the council is coming to say, no,
Yes.
if it's 1 meter out of place, you will bring down the whole thing and redo it.
Whole thing. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, I wanted to like do the backyard, like I want to do the gated now. Do you know this permit, the thing I have to sign, the money I have to do, to do the permit and for them to come and put because I want my backyard to be gated, and they have to inspect it. And there's a way they didn't do well. I called the contractor, this thing, you put it, they call them, they even call them. When they finish, they send somebody to come and inspect until there's everything is well done.
It's the same everywhere. I've just been having work done as well. I put a conservatory just finished last week. It can only be certain meters, and before you know it, they were already there. We didn't because you don't need a permit even to go up to 3 meters. But so suddenly they turned up, and I thought, well, well, there you are. So, but in Nigeria, when they say you can only build 15 floors and you build 21. And then they come and the material is made in China, and you want to build just corner cutting.
Yeah, the problem is there's no kind of building that you want to build in Lagos that cannot stand. But is the piling because you need to pile. Okay, what of that third mainland bridge? Has it collapsed? Third mainland bridge, has it collapsed? And it was built inside water. So is the piling, and because they want to cut
if they find that is poor material and shoddy work, should whoever is behind it then face manslaughter charges?
Yes, I think that one should face death penalty because your intention is to kill people now. Because you know that, okay, imagine they have finished building the house, open the house, then people buy, every family stay there. Maybe that thing happening at night.
The casualty would have been.
Look at it. This one will be more disastrous than what is going on.
If you are saying 21 stories
Story building
with apartments and duplexes, so you're talking about, let's say, 3 mom, dad, 3 children, so 5 per house. With 1,000 or more houses, apartments,
then times 21.
That would just be
even the flat. We haven't even count the flat now. Maybe let's say it is 5 flat. You times it by 21. Do you know the number of people you will kill in a single day?
Because
God just did the right thing, because I believe it's God that brought that thing down. Because imagine if that thing stand, then people already moved their thing. It would have been more disastrous. But it's good that even those two ones that is still standing, if it's in USA, they're going to blow it down. They have to bring those ones down, because that one, I don't think, that one, nobody can live there.
So Wolo has gone around arresting people. I think that obviously just for show.
No, they had. You see, the two ones that I was watching on the TV, they have to they have to blow that one down, because that thing. No.
Yeah, because it's the same contractor and the same materials, isn't it?
Yes. So they have to bring it down. People cannot leave that place.
Okay, Northern elders insist Kanu should be prosecuted. Say IPOB has become a threat to Nigeria. So, as I was saying, that people are thinking all of these soundings in Nigeria is that this is an opportunity to politically negotiate this guy out of our prison, to use that to douse the tension in the East. But the Northerners insisting Ango Abdullahi and his Man Friday, Hakim Baba Ahmed, they're insisting that they must lock him up forever and just brutally bring down the Eastern agitation. So what are you making then of that?
Well, my question is that have they prosecuted any armed militia Fulani men killing people? Have they bring anyone since they started ravaging all over Nigeria? Have they bring anyone, or have they even arrest? Not even just to arrest. Talk of prosecuting them. So I mean, the man, he's just I think they say something they sleep, Nyanga they sleep.
Look at that. Trouble sleep, go wake up. You're this Ajabota. Look at that.
So I mean, they just need to do the right thing. But for me, they need to release NNAMDI Kanu because I never see really anything, he committed. Even if he has committed anything, as they claim, they should expedite. They should, speed up the judgment so that we can hear from the judge.
It's not something that should go on and postponed and postponed.
Yes.
So at the next sitting, there must be movement on that case. Not
yes.
But what they will say is somebody was sick, a file
No,
is missing. The usual,
yes, they were trying
they
to
just
keep, yeah.
kick the can down the road, sort of thing
Yes.
that they do.
And they might even be stretching this until they finish their tenure.
Yes, that's I mean that's beyond question.
That's my own
now.
speculation. That's my own speculation.
Yeah.
Except the only way they can bring except the international body just sanction Nigerians. Yeah. If they sanction them.
But that's highly unlikely because it would have happened already if they were looking to make that move. If the international community were looking to, although the IPOB are pushing hard internationally, they are suing in America, suing in Kenya, suing in the UK, and suing in Nigeria. So at least
and Geneva too, in Switzerland too.
And those lawsuits are yielding. That's the lawsuits that's now forced the Kenyans out now, and they are forcing they are forcing the Americans regarding the Kanu jets, and they are pressuring the UK that what are you doing? So they are doing their best, and the Kanu cannot feel unloved by the movement. Certainly not. So this, let me take you to this. So we've been saying that is this that step too far? So is it that step too far? Nigeria's police boss Baba gives update on invasion of Supreme Court Justice Odili's residence. So he said he had taken his time not to speak too quickly. The Fulani man in charge of policing. He says, I have taken my time not to speak quickly on this issue to ensure that when I speak, I am able to give Nigerians information on what transpired and what has been done. To the best of my knowledge, we have been able to arrest the perpetrators and we're investigating the circumstances surrounding the invasion or siege on the judge's residence. So it looks as though they swept up now both the Aliyu Umar and the police team that went to put upon the justice in her room. So what are you making of that? We were saying that will there be consequences? Are we deeming this as consequences, or are they just arresting in a catch and release manner? They say they arrest, and then when things die down, they just let people go. What are you making of that? Arrest made.
Yeah. Arrest made. I mean, arrest we know now because they already it's something that they've plotted, but just that the thing backfire. So everybody is trying to exonerate, himself. So they know what is going on. So arresting those guys, it doesn't really mean anything because we already know that they won't face any judgment. There won't be any justice done. They will keep dragging it on until they retire that woman. I mean, that's all I want to say. One man.
Yes, and she's retiring in 6 months.
6 months. So 6 months is short now. They can put this thing. They can set a judgment trial. By the time they will postpone it now. As soon as she retires now, that's the end of the case now. Not be so.
Yeah, so now. How many cases have we even? I'm still waiting for someone. I ask that question all the time. How many investigations, panel probes, cases in court have we run to its conclusion in Nigeria? Especially not so much cases in court, but all this the investigations are ongoing. We will investigate. A committee has been set up. A panel has been set up. How many times has it ever come to a real conclusion within Nigeria?
One man. That is why I was speaking my mind yesterday. That for the fact there's no justice in Nigeria, there won't be any peace. I don't care what anybody will say, and that's my final opinion on Nigerian state too. Because there's no way you can be dragging. I mean, you see this thing happen. Just give that in the trial and prosecute the person. That one, at least people will count it that they did well, That's how the justice will be coming. But for the fact you keep, dodging everything due to what they are the one that even set up they are the one that set up, and they are the one that execute, and they are the one that will do the catching too, and they are the one that will destroy. Then they will start blaming other people, So for a nation, moving on that direction, that nation can never succeed, or we can never grow, we can never progress. Look at how things are going bad. If you buy one thing, 1 naira, by the time you go back, they will say it's 10 naira. By the time you go back, they say 20 naira.
That's the worst thing about the space, because you don't really know you don't have confidence in the value of the money in your pocket, because like you said, your naira is what a can of Coke one day, and it's 10 naira for a can of Coke the next day.
Do you know if I want to go to Nigeria with my family for 2 weeks, I don't think 5 million naira will even do us. 5 million naira will not do us, because the children now, because there's no time you come now. You don't want to go for a cheaper something in Nigeria now. You have to go for the best.
You can't go to Nigeria and do suffer.
No. I don't do any management. I cannot manage in Nigeria. If I go to Nigeria, I don't do any management. So, even the 1 million is nothing in Nigeria now. Could you imagine? 1 million is nothing. 1 million, they cannot even use it to. I remember before, people used 1 million to build a house, but now you cannot try it. You cannot, and it will never.
How much builds a house now? What you're looking at, close to 100 million thereabout too.
Yeah, to even build a bungalow. I remember my bungalow in the village. That bungalow in 2015, it took me like 20 million. But can 20 million build a bungalow now? No.
All right. No. How many rooms? 3 rooms, 1 living room?
No, I did it detached. I built it double, so that my mom have one side, then I have one side.
Okay.
So that we have space too.
All right. Thank you, UK. So from UK we go on to Ajanle Koko. So Ajanle Koko, to you. Ajanle Koko, so now this building that collapsed, we're so inured to tragedy in Nigeria. We're not even talking so much about the 36 people. Imagine that's probably one of the most brutal ways to die. Just a 20-story building collapsing on you. This is how 36 people lost their lives. So who is responsible? Fingers pointing everywhere, including to number 2, Aso Rock. So what are you just making of that space? Have you been monitoring it? And what are you making of this link to the Vice President's office? Ajanle Koko.
It's going to be difficult for me to believe that Osinbajo is involved in this thing. But however, politicians being what they are, they always get involved in one kind of business or the other. So if he's really involved, they should let us know. They should. I don't know where you get this information from. One man that Osinbajo is one man.
Sahara supporter.
I'll post it in the comment section now. So yeah, so you can see it there.
Sahara. It's on Sahara reporter.
Yeah, your boy Showore is saying it.
Well, yeah, Vice President should speak because this is in the public space now. So just like it did in the case of one reporter sometimes ago that published something against him, and he filed a libel suit against that guy. So
and he steps aside his privileges as vice president
and says,
let's fight it man to man. Let's fight. Right.
So this time around, he should he should come out and say something about it and take action against Sahara Reporter. If Sahara Reporter is doing a image damage against him. So
Look at that now.
yeah.
You're backing Osinbajo over your own boy. Are you not?
No,
Is
no,
already not your
I'm not.
boy? Eh?
No, I'm not backing him. I mean, if he's not involved under the law, he should have the right to fight and to clean his lane, to tell the world that my hands is not involved in this thing. You know, so that is what he should do. But it's sad that we saw a lot of people, just like UK was saying earlier, that had it been that people are moving into that building, everything is filled up and it collapsed like that, that's going to be the worst disaster in the history of the world. Because thousands of people will have been killed. Hundred of, generation of people will have been wiped out. So, so the Lagos state government, I think they have set up investigative panel on this. They should make it open and not do it secretly. They should make it an open investigation panel where everybody can attend and watch the proceeding.
Do you think they should condemn that site as a mausoleum and never build on it again?
Oh yeah, they have to. You know, the other two buildings should be pulled down because there's no guarantee that that cannot come down as well, just like the one that's already came down. So they should pull it down and clear that place up and possibly build, use that land to build a school or hospital or something for public use. So according to reports, we heard that Lagos State already marked that place unsafe and that they stopped working there for a while, only for the developer to.
Oh my goodness me!
So yes, Lagos State.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ajande Koko.
Yeah.
But can you see your screen?
Yeah. What's he saying?
It says watching from Suriname. Do you know where Suriname is?
Where is Suriname?
Yeah.
It's a Dutch island in the Caribbean. I think yet this is the most exotic that we've gone. So thank you, Suriname. If you want to come in Suriname, click on the hyperlink and let's hear from you. I hope you are a proper Suriname, whatever you're called there, and not just with Nigerians. They live everywhere. Anyway, we've had Afghan, but sorry, that just struck me. Sorry, Ajanle Koko, to interrupt you. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. So we heard that Lagos State already closed that place, stop people from working on that side because of what the ministry that is responsible for building saw that it's not in line with the original plan of the building. So they mark it and they close it down, but only for the developer to unilaterally open that place back for work.
Yes, they arrested him. I saw them dragging him. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what we had. So that guy should be prosecuted in accordance to the law. So we don't know what the law says on the punishment for that kind of criminality. So it should be prosecuted.
Would you feel satisfied with any charge that is short of manslaughter for whoever is behind this. Especially because they're saying that our building inspectors went into to have a look in the process of construction, and they paused the process because of the shoddy work and the poor materials that were being used. So it looks as though then that this guy that runs it, they thinks is Mr. Big. They sealed the place off, and then he removed the seal. This is what they are alleging. So anything short of a manslaughter, I personally wouldn't find it a bit hard to take.
Yeah, I believe that we pull the they will come very hard on this guy because he has brought shame on Lagos State and Nigeria as a whole. So they will. I mean, they know what to do. The law is very specific on the punishment for him, so they will know. They will put up a charges against him that will. I mean, it's just unfortunate, one man, that
Yes.
such thing happened. Is very unfortunate.
A real tragedy. But Ajan Lekoko, the Kenyans have gone to court to assert that the Kenyans have gone to court to assert that they did not extradite NNAMDI Kanu. So they've gone to court to assert that. They asserted that he was not arrested, he was not presented in front of a judge, and a judge did not adjudicate that he be extradited to Nigeria. So they are saying via a court filings that they did not extradite NNAMDI Kanu to Nigeria. So what does this portend for the ongoing case? Ajan Lekoko.
Yeah, I think Kenya is trying to clean off their hand for legal reason. But in the actual sense of it, can we really say Kenya is not involved?
It's impossible for them not to be, like Thomas was saying.
Yeah,
I mean, to get you can't just fly a plane into your country and fly it out without you knowing. Not even no, it's not possible now. They have you have to come in via some flight system. They have to go through their immigration customs. Some official has to officiate their. You can't do it now. So there you are.
Yeah. So Kenya should investigate themselves first.
Ayale Goko, you are funny. They should investigate yourself.
Yes. Then let them investigate themselves first before coming to the world to say, oh, we are not involved. Oh, they did it. We don't know how they did it. Their image has been dented already now for what they did to NNAMDI Kanu.
What do you think diminishes them more, Ajan Lekoko, that they were complicit in renditioning NNAMDI Kanu to Nigeria, or they did not know and Nigeria was able to come into their country, snatch a high-profile person, and abduct him back to Nigeria? Which one? I don't see how they win either way, that Nigeria can come into your country and snatch somebody and you are not aware, and you think that is a better story than you. What do you think? How does that play, Ajan Lekoko?
I think both sides, I mean, both make them look very bad.
Yes.
Yeah. So they cannot. I don't know how they want to convince anybody that they are not involved. Even though on the legal aspect of it, they could have a very good ground to prove that they are not involved. But in the real sense of it, it's not convincing that they are not involved, because a plane, just like somebody said earlier, it's not like a kabu that you can ride and pick up somebody now. You can't drive plane to a house to pick up somebody. So they have to investigate their space. How did it happen? They have to come out clean first. That we have done our investigation. This is what we have done. At least all over their airport, there must be what do you call it? There must be camera and there must be scanner. How were they able? Even if they put it in a box or in a cargo stuff, there should be a scanner that we should pass through. So that
it might not necessarily go through a scanner, because if they put him in a diplomatic bag, then they'll just walk straight through, wouldn't they? Which is what they tried to do with the Marudeko when they created him in a diplomatic crate.
Yeah, you're right. So, but they have damaged their image internationally, that their country being maybe the greatest tourist country in Africa is not safe, that somebody can be kidnapped and rendition like that. So
and the last people they want to be making enemies of are the Igbos. The Igbos, they don't forget easily. They go and ask Gowon. The Igbos, they don't forgive, they don't forget. They don't forgive, they don't forget. 60 years from now, they'll be singing stories. Kenya was a rendition, another Python dance.
So Kenya is what they did. They know the role they played. I would have respected them if they had came out when this incident happened and speak louder that we are not involved, we don't know, and they try to take up a case against Nigeria. But this lawsuit you are talking about, where is it? Where is the venue?
It was in Kenya, I imagine. Yeah, it was in Kenya.
What kind of nonsense is that? I mean, I don't know. They're just trying to play a cover up that they are not involved. I mean, they are involved. They know what they did, and they are just trying to use, because the legal implication of these legal implication on at international level is very damaging to them, and they are trying to use something to cover up their deal,
and the image as well, because I didn't think they thought enough that this thing would get the backlash, because every time that Nnamdi Kanu appears in the news, Kenya will be mentioned and how he was renditioned.
Oh yes.
So they didn't facilitate, they didn't calibrate that in their thinking when they were selling him to Buhari.
I believe they are watching the trend.
If Biafra gets their country, they will treat Kenya like they will treat Kenya like, because they will revenge you.
Kenya will not have embassy in Biafra land.
No. Even their guys, they'll stop those Kenyan babes now.
But there are a lot of Igbos in Kenya.
Yeah, so
even there's one guy. There's one Kenyan guy that really he has a there's this how do I say? There's this a top maybe political program in Kenya. I've watched it before. There was guy that really supports Biafran cause, and it's a Kenyan guy.
What are you doing watching Kenyan TV?
I just stumbled on this one day.
Middle of the night when you can't sleep, Abby.
I just stumbled on this one day. I watched a couple of videos about that guy. It's, supporting Kanu, supporting
Igboho.
No, not Igboho. Supporting Biafra, supporting Kanu, and he was making reference to how NNAMDI Azikiwe was part of a legal. What did he do? He was talking about Azikiwe one day that when they were fighting for their independence, that NNAMDI Azikiwe was helpful to them, supporting Tomo Kenyatta. What is their
Jomo.
Jomo Kenyatta then? It was making reference to that we have to stand with Biafran. They are fighting for their freedom. They are doing this. I was saying, a Kenya man, what is going to be IPOB? Don't go buy this guy over there to promote their cause over there. Yeah. So, but I think a lot of Igbo people are there in Kenya. They are running business and they are doing a lot of things there. So, Kenya administration might be having pressure at home, like that guy I'm talking about might be putting pressure on their government, might be criticizing them, might be,
I'm just wondering. I'm wondering how the Nnamdi Kanu storyline is playing out in Kenya. Amongst their own local news, because I'm sure they will be talking about it within their own. I wonder what sort of backlash the government is getting from its own people. How can you do such a thing?
Oh yes, this guy I'm talking about, I believe, will be blowing trumpet hard against their government in Kenya, because it's a pro-Biafran Kenya guy. There was a day he brought Kanu on their show, and he was interviewing Kanu, and I said, "Oh, this guy is making wave in an African country for the struggle of Biafran nation." So, and another thing that Kenya might put Kenya to act by taking this matter to their kangaroo court is that they might have been watching the trend of the case, seeing that Kanu put up some international lawyers. He has a lawyer from US and a lawyer from Britain. And just like you said, one man, that there's no way they will be fighting this case at the law court without mentioning Kenya. Kenya's name will be in play as well. So, and that's going to be damaging to their name. And we don't know the pressure or what the U.S. lawyer, what he is doing that is not known to us, but they are viewing it that this is very damaging. Let us do something, at their own space so that they can use it for their own defense. You understand what I'm saying? So Kenya might be, feeling some heat underground that is not known to us, and that could be why they are coming up now, say, yeah, we are not involved, we are taking it to court. But the good part of this is that for Kenya to make this move, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, will benefit it in their defense in Nigeria, at the law court in Nigeria. It's going to be helpful for Nnamdi Kanu lawyer to really fight in good defense of Nnamdi Kanu. So it's good. It's good for Nnamdi Kanu. Kenya should continue doing what they are, just giving some strength or some good ground for Nnamdi Kanu to fight his case against Nigeria in Nigerian court.
Oh, all right, thank you. Just before I go on to the next talking point, we're getting quite a decent viewing today. So if you're new to the platform, welcome. This is what we do all the time. Every single day, 10 o'clock UK time, we're here gathered discussing all matters Nigeria related. So just set that as part of your daily diet. You know, it gets involved, interesting. You hear, you know, top names like Janle Koko, etc., you know, all sharing their thoughts, UK and everyone else, engineer. So everybody in play, an open microphone session, as I always say. So if you are new to this space, you'll see what I'm posting in the comment section now is a hyperlink that brings you onto the screen. So that is all that is required. So when I say an open microphone session, it is essentially open to anybody to come on screen and share their thoughts. So this is what makes it unique and peculiar. So click on that red subscribe button and then be part of the setup and make us part of your daily diets at 10 o'clock UK time. So 10 o'clock UK time, Ajanle Koko, we were talking about this yesterday that when it's enough, even the body of our Supreme Court justices have come out to say enough is enough. So Kali Baba, the Inspector General of Police, has now said that they've arrested culprits. So that is an ambiguity in itself. So are they the police officers that went to raid that they arrested? Or is it the Aliyu Umar that said something that they arrested? But however, arrest has been made. So what are you then making of this as a development? Justice Mary Odili, that's that narrative, Ajanle Koko.
Yeah, it's a good statement that they have arrested them. That is what we have been calling for. The good they should do, the good thing they should do for everybody is that they have to show the face of those guys. Let us know, let us see the face of those criminals that went there for one reason or the other. We want to know who sent them, why were they there, on whose directive or order did they went to that Justice Odili's house.
That's the key question, isn't it?
Yes. On whose order did they went there? We want to know. You see, we just don't want to hear and we don't see action. We don't want to hear that, oh, we arrested them and he ended there. We want to see action. I mean, we have seen several situations where police will parade people they just arrested. They have not instituted any charges against them. They will parade them just to destroy their image in the public eyes that, oh, these are criminal. You understand what I'm saying? So the criminal they are talking about that they have arrested, show them, let us see their face. It should tell us more about these people. Not only say you have arrested them. You have arrested them, and who were they fighting? I mean, who directed them to go to that woman's house? That's what we want to know. If it's Malami, let us know.
Yeah, can I just interject, Ajanle Koko? Greetings, please. What you need to understand is not the issue of arresting. It's the issue of who sent them. They should go after who sent them. It's not the issue of people that went to the house, who authorized them. Those are the things that they have to deal with instead of arresting those lunatics that went there.
In fact, they have no business arresting the people who went there now.
Exactly.
Because the people who went there were instructed. They are officers, they were instructed.
That's
so,
it.
So they have no business arresting. Who instructed them?
That's chicken thing. Go and arrest someone who gave them that authorization to go and salvage someone's house. Those are the people that we want their names to be published.
And then, I mean, they cannot tell us that. He cannot tell us that he doesn't know who directed those, who gave them the authority to go there. The Inspector General knows, but he didn't want to mention. So, and according to information, they were there at Odili's house for 2 hours. They were trying to force their way in. But for the security officers that were in that woman's house, they are the ones that resisted them, that they cannot go in. Haven't looked at their what do you call it?
Yeah, fake warrant.
Their fake warrant showing a wrong address. Wrong address. I haven't pointed out that this is not the arrest on your warrant. They still want to go in. They wanted to go in. So they were following an instruction from above. And they wanted to execute that instruction.
Could that be their escape route, Madam Lekoko, that no, sorry, madam, we came to the wrong address? Could that be their escape route to escape from this mess?
You mean those guys when they were there?
No. When just as a public explanation that they were not actually intended on going to her house, that they went to the wrong address, and then say,
yeah, they could use that.
That's an escape, escape routes.
Those guys. Those guys. I mean, they went to a wrong place. They went to a wrong place. They are not. I mean, they were just unprofessional to insist to go in. They are. We just punish them and everything will end there. But the way this matter stands, I believe that we shouldn't see this matter as a joke. It was intentional. And Malami, they came from Malami's office because they said those guys carry ID card signed by Malami. They won't forge the ID card. And they were in uniform. And they came with security, Nigerian tagged security vehicles. So they were not acting on their own. They were following order from above. So just like, that is what we want to know. Who ordered them, through who make up that affidavit, and from which of, we want to know everything. So it is just the way things are done in Nigeria, illegality, and that is what we know. That is the format of this administration. They run that country with absolute illegality. That is their style.
Adale Koko, it's still tripping me in my head. That guy that I highlighted on is from Guyana or Guyana, as they call it. Huh?
Yeah.
But
Guyana.
He's in Suriname, listening to us talk about matters Nigerian. So, how much more global do you want to be? From a different Caribbean island, in a different Caribbean island, listen to this funny African people lambasting their government. So there you are. That's just the global reach. That is the internet for you. So it's just that's amazing. So thank you, Edwin, for joining us. But let me take you to this space now. Yaya Bello. We thought it was a bit of a joke, and we've laughed at him severally on this platform. But it looks as though this guy is clear in his intent. Buhari grooming younger politicians to be president in 2023. Yaya Bello speaking to that space. So he's using age as his calling card for his tilt towards the presidency. A lot of people asking for a paradigm shift, a generational shift in the governance of Nigeria. So he wants to put that narrative at the forefront and put himself as a champion of it. So he had emissaries coming to visit him from Katsina, wherever, and that was what he had to tell them, that what is grooming younger people to take over. Yaya Bello for president, how would that sit with you?
Who are those younger people that Buhari is grooming?
Him now. Who else? He's not pointing to himself. Yes, now.
A criminal and corrupt person like him, right? Those are the ones that Buhari is grooming to take over the future of that country. It's a joker. Somebody that couldn't pay the salary of the workers as at when due, is owing the workers for how many? Several months now. And recently, the the EFCC confiscated the money that he stole and kept in a is it not private account, or maybe they kept in
Allen Bank.
yeah, they kept in Allen Bank to yield interest. I mean,
That was bailout money, by the way, for salaries that he did not pay.
yeah, for salary he did not pay, but he took it and go and so that he can yield it and he can steal he can pocket that interest, billions of naira. I mean, it's just when you just listen to.
There's nowhere to vest hope in Nigeria, is the thing, Ajanle Koko. I know you'll talk about people like Shore and Kixemokalu, etc. But when this guy is even talking about a generational chasm that needs to be breached, and he then speaking as somebody that's championing, so Yaya Bello as president would not be different from Atiku or Tinubu or even Buhari as president. It's the same template, the same mindset, the same thing. So even the younger generations, there's nowhere. Where do we place hope in Nigeria? Is the thing, it's a country.
One man, please. How do you see Kingsley Moghalu, Showore, Fela Durotoye?
No, forget Fela Durotoye. No, forget Fela Durotoye because he's just doing fine boy, isn't he? He's more like some
Gucci boy.
Gucci boy, fine
yes.
boy. Yes. So forget
how do you see them, like all of them coming together like a third force?
No, but Madam Obioze is a
Obviously,
yeah, she tried that at the last elections, and none of them could agree. They all agreed that they rally behind Fela Durotoye, but then he wasn't robust enough of a character. He's just some church person that is just a pretty boy. It's like, what's that guy the one that was accused? What's his name? The Fatoyinbo sort of something. So it's one of those types, so it's not really anything of anything. So forget that one. Kingsley Moghalu is more of a technocrat than anything else. You want that guy in a computer room or in a bank, looking at figures, not in a state house, making decisions. It's more like a technocrat. And Showore, well, we all know that, even Showore, so forget all of them. It's the thing. There's nobody in the space, In fact,
Yaya Bello, all of them.
Yeah, because they don't stand enough to stand for anything. What does Kingsley Moghalu stand for? Rather than he lives in Switzerland, he's a banker. What does Fela Durotoye? He's just some guy on the rostrum in a church, singing Hallelujah. And Fela Kingsley, what is his name? They just some Luther, There's nobody in the space. We don't have. This is what I'm saying. That space is so empty. That generational shift. There's nobody coming through. Not a single person. The only person coming through is Yaya Bello. And look at him. That's the thing.
Well, Yaya Bello is part of the corrupt system. So that is why he could come out and be talking like this. But those guys that you mentioned, they are not part of the corrupt system. They set up a platform, political party, for us to use and do away with these criminal two parties that we have. But we, the people, refuse to join their party.
Is it because we don't have confidence in them, Ajanle Koko? Would you say that? And if you say that, then why?
No, I wouldn't say that we don't have confidence in them. It's just because we, the people, does not really know what we want. We have been...
Well, we want a change. We want a better country.
We want a change, but we don't want to take the courage for that change. We don't want to take that courage to make a change. That is our problem.
We want somebody that's able to lead that change. The person that could have led that change would have been somebody like NNAMDI Kanu if he was not the way he was. if he had all of his characteristics, but a different sort of mentality, he would have fitted that space. But
There's no way.
to me is an actor anyway, and I'm sure even you would just laugh at Feladu Rotoye. Kingsley Moghalu, he belongs in the bank. You don't see him anything outside of the bank, so
Look, for me, I commend those guys for coming out to form a political party for us to join and for us together to make that change, using that political party to make that change. But we, the people.
Why are people not rallying behind it? That's the thing, Ajane Koko.
Because we believe we follow too much of propaganda. We follow too much of propaganda by these two parties, and we don't understand the concept of political change.
Why do you think people follow Nnamdi Kanu, Ajane Koko? Why do you think people follow Nnamdi Kanu?
People following Nnamdi Kanu because they have seen that Nigeria is failing. Nigeria is not working for
because they believe in him. Why are people not following Sowore?
Nigeria is not working for why they don't follow Sowore? Look, these politicians
because with Nnamdi Kanu's following, that tells us that people know what they want and they're willing to follow if the idea, if it rhymes with what they see as the problem. So that's what Nnamdi Kanu shows. And that is the space that Sowore is also, but people not willing to follow him. So why is that?
No, they are different. They are two different personalities. Nnamdi Kanu does not believe in Nigeria.
Are they not change merchants? Is that not what they are selling? Change. Is that not?
Sowore believe in Nigeria.
But Sowore doesn't live in Nigeria as well.
Hold on. Sowore doesn't live in Nigeria, but he moved to Nigeria prior to the time of election, and he campaigned very hard. He carried out his campaign to every
part. All right. Helicopter candidate, Abi. Parachute candidate.
It's not parachute. So this guy, Nnamdi Kanu, does not believe in Nigeria, and his message resonates with a lot of people, Igbo people, that believe Nigeria is not working for them. Sowore believe in Nigeria. He believes if we can come together as a people.
Who do you think presents with more honesty? Just not what they are saying, but just how they present. Nnamdi Kanu or Sowore, who do you think presents with more honesty? Who has more believability?
I think both of them.
No, one more than the other.
I know, because they are on different cause. They are fighting different cause. So they are not fighting the same cause. He is fighting mainly to achieve Igbo nation, Biafran nation.
You see, I think Nnamdi Kanu has more believability because you can see from his conviction that he believes in what he's saying. When Sowore speaks, he speaks more like a scripted, like an actor, that's how he comes across.
No, he does not speak like scripted or actor. The problem is that, like I said, you Nigerians does not know what you want, and that is your problem. He created a platform that can make you Nigerians take power from this criminal, and we together can change that nation for better, for we the people. But you believe that because his party is a small party, you believe he doesn't have that money to carry a big campaign and do that dressing, and you see plenty cars, you believe he doesn't have the strength to do it. That is the problem with you Nigerians. And that is what is driving us down as a nation. We don't want to take the courage to take the bull by the horn. We don't want to take our destiny into our hand. We don't want to change things by ourselves. That is our problem.
You say,
As long as we remain in this party, as long as we keep voting for these two parties, we can't get nowhere. They are the same people. They are on the same mission, on the same cause. The cause is to lose. Yes.
I see it differently. I see that Showore does not, because what Showore is trying to speak to is something that should rally everybody. But I don't think that people see a sincerity of purpose in Showore. I personally don't, but I don't think most people do as well. That is the thing. There's something missing. There's a lack of authenticity. There's a lack of it just looks as though he's scripting out something. It's not convincing, Showore.
Let me tell you one more. It is convincing. You see, do you know why the government restricted him in Abuja? Because they don't want him to carry the campaign all around the country. Because they are failing. They know that fact, that they are failing. They know they have failed the nation. And if Showore, with his party on the ground, continue going to every part of Nigeria with his campaign, he can switch the ground against them. And that is why they restricted him. They knew how he performed, even though that they rigged the election in their own favor. They knew his performance. They saw his campaign, the best campaign so far among all of them. It took the campaign to every nook and cranny of Nigeria. They saw it. And they knew that he has that larger support from people in diaspora. So they have seen the strength of this guy, and that is why they restricted in Abuja. Imagine that this guy is not restricted, and with the way he's standing up with the government, and with the way
was he really standing up? Hold on. He was not really standing up at Janle Koko.
Why do you say he's not standing up?
Yeah, let me tell you why. When he had his freedom to act at will, and he does all this campaigning to rally people to come and agitate, when you look at the agitation, it's usually 10, 20 people, and half of them, they are just the Jadenyoju. It doesn't command the crowd, it doesn't have a following.
That's why you are getting it wrong.
It doesn't convince people.
You are wrong, one man. You are wrong if you are looking at it that way. Why I say you are wrong is that you know Nigerian state, the way they scare people. Nigerian state does not allow peaceful process to operate. In Nigeria, they kill.
Why was it chased away by NSAS? Why was it chased away by NSAS?
Well, the NSAS people they don't want political.
Because they were not convinced. Because it's not convincing.
No. They said they don't want political undertone into NSAS. And he understood and he stepped back. But let me tell you, that NSAS, it was Showore and Co. that were behind it. They are the one behind it. They are the one that connected everybody and said, let's do NSAS. So what I'm saying, this government that restricted Showore in Abuja, they knew the strength of Showore, that if Showore should be allowed to be moving from one place to the other in Nigeria with his campaign, yes, he can shift the ground against them because they are failing. So let us keep this in the cooler. So the same thing they wanted to do, they're trying to do to Kanu. Haven't decision him, let us keep him in detention. The same they are trying to do to Igboho. All these voices of dissent against them that can galvanize opposition against them. Let us do something against them, kill them, put them in the cooler so that people will not hear their voice, and we can continue to perpetrate, they can continue to perpetrate their evil against the people. Don't say those guys have not. Showore have really been doing what every Nigerian should be doing, but we are all scared. We don't want to die. We don't want to stand up. We don't want to demonstrate. We don't want to do protests and stuff like that. We're scared. And those young Nigerians, our young boys your boys and ladies that did answers in Lagos, we saw what ended them. peaceful, carrying Nigerian flag. They were killed. They were massacred. A lot of people don't want to die like that. There are some young people that wanted to, their parents will tell them, please, Makpami, oh, God, Allah. Our mother will tell them, don't go, please, don't kill me. I don't want you to die now. Just see that when Nigeria is here, when you have your life, there is hope. Don't go and demonstrate. You could be killed. That is the problem, one man. If we have a country that, where democracy runs peacefully, where all the rule of law is followed, it won't be these two parties. We will have seen a different party will have taken over from them. But they are using the state resources to manipulate the system. They corner everything. They using this the power of the state to suppress the people of Nigeria. That's what they are doing. They are not. People don't really. That is why you see every voting circle, there's always low turnout. Why do we have maybe people that register voter? I might not get it the figure right. Maybe they are 40 million. 80 million. But when you see the total vote will be under how many million? We have few people voting because people don't believe in the seat. They don't see the right people to vote for. These people are not helping democracy to grow. They are killing democracy. We had Autumn speaking recently. He said what we always say is that the worst democracy is better than the best military rule. He said, but it has changed now. This is democracy under Buhari is worse than military rule. Some Nigeria are even praying that military should come back.
I'm one of them.
So one man, we shouldn't be condemning these guys.
No, I'm not condemning him just for the purposes of. I just don't. I don't have the confidence you have in him. That's just
one man. Can you say something good? One man in a sentence. Can you say something good about Showore? Just something you saw.
No. The one credit that I will give Showore is that how Ajan Lekoko was describing that Showore was the people who organized NSAS. I may not agree fully, but Showore opened up that space for NSAS to happen because Nigerians were not thinking at all that there could be that sort of resistance until Showore put himself in front of harm's way to stand frontally against the government to say, no, we cannot have this. And everybody saw how he put up that performance. And off the back of that came NSAS. So he opened up that space. I'd even say he opened up the space a little bit for Kanu as well. So that he gets credit for. He opened the minds of Nigerians to the possibility that that country is actually theirs and not them being just a tenant in their own land. So yes, he gets the credit for that. But he's still a poser.
Not again. Not again.
It's a pepper.
A big poser.
Yes. But the UK, you wanted to come in? UK, I thought UK wanted to come in.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I wanted to say something, the thing is that our people, I think the way we're being brought up, by intimidation. That's why sometimes we don't so much courage to do something. Because if you look from Nigeria, there's never a time that they will do something, then that's let's say the protest, then the profit, though it might want to yield, results, but at the end of it, the whole thing will just die down like that. And once it died down, nobody cares again. That's what I want to say.
All right. Thank you. So, Ajan Lekoko, finally, let me take you to the southeast. This sit at home. It looks as though they've cancelled that sit at home. Just the pressure they've caved in to the pressure of that for the elections. That's one. But it looks as though the southeastern governors now are now coming together as a body to try and politically negotiate NNAMDI Kanu. So, do you think then that just the weight of just that region speaking as one will be sufficient enough to rescue their first son?
Oh, sorry, woman. I didn't hear that. I
No,
didn't hear.
I was just saying that it looks as though they sit at home, the pressure, they've yielded to the pressure and cancelled the sit at home. And then off the back of that, it looks as though the southeastern governors are coming together as one body to take a political agenda to or a political tonality to Buhari to say, look, just to release this guy unconditionally because that is what the space needs. So to those two, the sit at home being cancelled off the back of pressure and the southeastern governors coming together to try and politically negotiate Nnamdi Kanu out of the clutches of Dauraban.
You know, the sit at home is still observed by our people in Eastern Qatar. The reason for that sit at home is to drive home a point that they are not happy with Nigerian state. They are not happy with Nigerian state criminality. They are not happy with the kidnap and rendition of Kanu to Nigeria. They are not happy with the killing of Igbo by Nigerian state, sending troops to that space that have killed a lot of innocent people. So for all those reasons, and the politicians too, that have not helped in any way to create a peaceful atmosphere, or rather to find a peaceful means to solve the problem, but instead they invited the federal government to send troops that kill people. So the sit at home is meant for some reason that they believe is to drive home their dissatisfaction against the government of Nigeria and the government of their state. So what we are seeing happening there is not impressive at all. What is happening in the Eastern Qatar, the security of that place is not nothing to write home about. The security is in jeopardy already there, and that is why federal government sent over 35,000 troops, 35,000 police officers for one state because of gubernatorial election. So after the gubernatorial election, what are they going to do? Are they going to keep those security officers in that state? What are they going to take them away, or just leave them there? So obviously they cannot leave them there. They will take them away. And what will happen to the security of that space? The government are not in control of that space. They have disappointed their people. Their people does not see them as their leader. And the person they see as their leader is Nnamdi Kanu. Except something is done with Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu is taken out from that dungeon where he is kept. There's not going to be peace. This is what the governor should be saying. This is what they should be saying. This is what they should.
No, I think they are asking for an unconditional release, but they have to be tempered in their tone, being governors and whatnot. They can't be, yes, I think that's what they're asking for, though.
Yeah. But they have, what they are doing now is medicine after what do they call it?
After death.
Medicine after death. They should have been doing this right from the beginning when these problems started. This is what they should have done. They should have pushed back against the government, the federal government. This is our people. We are governing them. We are here on the ground with them. Not you. You are far away from us. Manage Nigeria. Let us manage our space. And people will see reason with them that, yes, and they should have, send make a move to negotiate and bring their people closer to them. But they distance themselves from their people, and the people saw them as enemy, and so the situation degenerated. It degenerated. They are the one that called for federal government to send troops there. So it's after the election, because after the election, whether they go, it's just medicine after death, but it doesn't mean that the problem cannot be solved. It can be solved if federal government listening. If federal government is trying to do something to negotiate. But if federal government insists on this way they are handling it, there's no way there'll be peace there. Even though the governors come together and say, oh, we want peace. Federal government have a big role to play because federal government has sent troops there. They are the ones that send troops that kill a lot of people. So Buhari need to act the way Yar'Adua acted by negotiating with South Avenger guys. The way Yar'Adua acted, he negotiated with this guy and peace reigned in the South. And since then, we have not been seeing any armed struggle or agitation from the South. He should calm down. That is one way you can recognize a good leader. A good leader should be able to calm down to the level of their people. Let the people see that you are on the same level with them and they will listen to you. And whatever proposal you put ahead to them, they'll be very reasonable to accept it. But if you are trying to put yourself high above the people you are governing under democracy, there's going to be pushback. And the pushback is what we are seeing because Buhari is ruling, is not governing. Governance entails negotiation, negotiation and dialogue and, a peaceful way of doing things. Peaceful way of doing things. America is a democracy that is model to many countries in the world. Today, a lot of people, some group of people and some interest, minority and all the rest, people still fight for it in America. And governments sit down and try to work things out with the people. But you don't want to work things out with them. You want to rule. You want to use force. You want to impose your own will, agenda over the people. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It doesn't work under democracy because there is constitution that is above everybody. That's above that tells even the president on how to act. There's a constitution. We have constitution that tells him his limit. This is limit you can go. This is what you cannot do. But this man is going off limit and acting criminally, sending troops there that kill a lot of innocent people. You think to forgive and to forget, you think it's easy? It's not easy when it comes to someone losing his loved one. You don't forgive and forget easily. There must be, a lot of things must be done to pacify that person, to make that person, to give him hope and let him be, to forgive and forget. You have to pacify, you have to give them a lot of things that will give them hope to pacify, but you don't give them anything to give them hope, to be hopeful. They're not going to forgive and forget. That is the problem we have in the Eastern Quarters.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Ajale Koko. Good of you to share that with us. So let's go on, Ajale Koko, to Engineer, who has been waiting patiently. Is it that cold, Engineer, that you're wearing like a Russian hat?
Yeah.
What is done with you? After 150 years in the United Kingdom, you're still not adjusted to.
No way, one man. You can never get used to this kind of weather.
Look at that. It's one of those cold that just gets into your bodies, step by step cold. You are feeling it.
What is the degree over there? What's the degree?
You can never get used to it. I'm telling you.
Engineer.
What's the degree of it? Do you not have that in your wall?
No. I didn't check it.
Yes.
It's in the room.
It's especially cold up north. I think it's only the Nordic spaces. Like Iceland, that's colder than the northern part of England. It's just
something you need to realize in England. If the weather is below 10 or below 20, they end up bringing it a bit. They won't say the accurate figure because of the pensioners. They end up having more money. So that's how the system works in the UK here.
Yes.
So, one man, what is the degree of the weather?
I don't know either, but I'm wearing a T-shirt. I'm wearing a T-shirt.
One man.
Engineer is not putting on heat, or what is the problem? You try to save money, engineer.
Look at that,
put on your heat now.
You spent all your money, Wills.
Yeah, over here it's like.
Ola was saying that it's -6 degrees over there in Canada where you live. Allah was saying that the other day. I said, man, if that happened where I am, everything will be shut down. There won't be no school. There won't be nothing. Everything will be shut down.
Yeah, Canada is too cold. Is too cold. Even New York is too cold.
What's it like where you are, UK?
It's like 52 Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
is that T-shirt weather? T-shirt?
Not really. If you got Kogo catch you, Kogo enter your body.
Look at that. You can take the man out of Nigeria, but you cannot take the Nigeria out of the man.
Exactly. Ajale Koko, we just received a letter from the energy suppliers from the UK government. They said the bills will be getting higher due to the blah 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 blah.
It's funny. They always put it up around about winter time.
Yeah.
They put energy prices up.
Why is it too? But for me, I think summertime is when you burn more due to the AC.
No, we don't have AC in this country.
We don't have AC.
Wow.
It never gets to AC level. I've never known it.
Wow.
To get to AC level in the UK. So thank you. But to you, engineer,
I want to say something. Ajale Koko. There's one time I went to Heathrow Airport. They were playing Snoop Dogg music. Man, I was just looking at these UK people. What is this food?
Everybody want to follow America now. Want to act like America.
American culture is the global culture. Like Ovie was arguing the other day about the American Black Americans being the most influential, and I was trying to point him in the direction that America is the biggest country, so of course the blacks there they will have a greater say than any other type of black because everybody looks to America. But so to you then, engineer, to Nigeria and then to the going son, Kenya. They are now saying they didn't extradite. So that narrows the field then to illegal rendition. So if Nnamdi Kanu was illegally renditioned, then the court cannot sit on a case that was brought off the back of an illegality. So a technicality, but how does that play out for you, engineer?
Yeah, greetings to everyone. Something we need to understand here, one man. There are two things that is involved in this Nnamdi Kanu issue now, and something we need to understand now is Kenya are coming and saying they're not the one. We accuse them. The incident happened in their own country, which now they are saying their hands are clean and pure. Something we need to understand again, when Nnamdi Kanu was leaving UK, does that mean someone set him up from UK? That's something we need to understand, one man. Because
You know what I suspect? I suspect that they've had agents on him permanently.
yeah, they
For
have
months
agents.
and
Because
years.
I-
They've been watching him for.
I'm 100% sure that the plan was made from England,
Hmm,
but it's unfortunate that it happens to be in Kenya,
hmm.
and everything happened in Kenya, and Kenyan people now they're coming and saying their hands are not involved because when he was captured, according to his brother, they communicated, and all of a sudden, what happened to Nnamdi Kanu, according to his lawyer, he arrived there before he knew it, he was trapped, and they took him to I think a building that is very quiet within time frame, and the next thing is they send him to Nigeria. So things can happen like that. Maybe in a scenario that something happened in the airport, and people will be thinking, oh, maybe it's just one of them people that are a bit kind of maybe stubborn in the airport.
Yeah.
But that would,
Can I say something, engineer?
yeah, go on.
At that airport, do you know why they were able to held him down? Because those people who they already planted there, when they caught him, they lied to the people because when Nnamdi was telling them that he don't know these people, So when they hold, so what those people told the passerby that he's one of the Ashabab terrorists, that is why all of them back up,
So
when you're holding somebody now, people will rush to ask what is going on in Africa now. So they lied to those people. That's why they withdraw now. Since it's something that has to do with terrorists, then that's the way
exactly.
that was the thing that made them to catch him. If not, they wouldn't have.
You see, so those are the things. To me, I think it's making sense. If Kenya will come out and start defending themselves, that simply tells you that it's coming down from United Kingdom here. Someone from here must have know his movement, must have give um, um, Nigerian authority heads up, and this is how his movement will be, and he's passing through this and this. So you guys should stay there. Immediately you see him, and those people definitely will speak to the Kenyan authority to say, "Oh, he's one of the El Shabaab or one of the terrorist target they're after." And I think that's how maybe it works. To be honest, that's from my own understanding.
Yeah, but are you also of the belief that the Kenyan authorities would know absolutely nothing about it?
It could be one man because the way things are going now, I think it's making sense. We'll definitely come to to the root of this issue because Kenyan authority they may end up saying, "Oh, it's they will be they should be aware," but it's just it's just when the senior authority from Nigerian communicate with senior authority in Kenya, They must have an agreement that, oh, we have so person and it's our target. It's coming down to your country for transit. Please, we may need that person just for questioning and other things. So what can we do? And just like what UK said, they end up saying, oh, it's one of the terrorists, blah, 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 blah. So you say that's how maybe they capture him. I must be honest to you. But Kenya, they will be aware that someone is coming into their country, but they don't know that he is the main target of Nigerian government.
All right. We'll see how that plays out. And this collapsed building now that they're trying to link to Professor Osinbajo. Professor Osinbajo or not, whoever is behind that building, because they are making the attribution that it was poor materials and shoddy work. Because it cannot be anything else. Poor materials and shoddy work that led to the collapse of that building. So what sort of ramifications, what sort of punishment are you expecting for whoever is signing the checks for that building?
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not sure it's not even his property.
That's what people are saying, that it is his property.
So who did he hand over the contract? Something we need to understand: Lagos at its own is a swamp area, and if you want to build anything tower in that state, you must be well prepared, and you must have a solid and concrete engineers that would take over that pillar in that kind of building. Because if you put something like, that is very weird, all these local cheap materials, obviously, come on, it's a swamp area. And it depends on how deep, again, they use the machine to dig that thing. You understand? So sometimes people, because of money hunger, they rush things. And this is what I've been saying in Lagos.
It's more greed. It's more greed than anything that will be in play here. Somebody trying to cut corners to maximize profits on contracts awarded.
Exactly.
Using cheap materials, using insufficient.
100% cheap material, and people carry on the foundation of that building. I don't think they use the right equipment to dig the ground properly.
Yeah, one man. Can I say something?
When they say use 10, they will use 8. They say, no, 8 is enough now. When they say use 6, they will use 4.
Yeah, one man. Can I say something? If you look at how they were excavating, as in the wreckage, you can tell that they use a poor material because there was so much dust, so much dust, which means it wasn't properly blend. The cement wasn't properly blend with the sand and everything. So, or maybe the cement, there wasn't enough cement. It just
even when you are doing your own private building, if you're not there to supervise the contractor you're using, they will use the wrong ratio cement to sand. So that's why sometimes you just punch a hole in some block that they say they've built, and your just one finger will dig through. And then you give them money for like 100 bags of cement. They'll buy 70, and then it's just that's the thing, the Nigerian thing,
something.
Yeah, it's always a free fall for them. Once you tell them that you want to, even they're the one that will be encouraging you, come and do something. But when you start the thing, what both of you discuss is not what they will do. No, and the way one thing I don't like about Nigerians, like something that is obviously that if you call somebody and ask how much is it, they will tell you exact price. But people who are doing it, they'll be topping 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira, and by the time you know it, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
because
it is now.
Anything you are doing that is above 1 million plus up, it's a lot of money now. By the time you know it, they have taken most of the money. Left you with anything. I mean, one man, you're right. If you're doing anything building, it is good for you to be there. But sometimes when you even be there, they can still do a foul play.
If they want to maneuver, they will definitely do it.
You see, if you are there in person, what they will do is they will go to the supplier and say, how much is it? then they will say
Yes.
add 100 naira on top. So that's how they will get you. But if you are not there, they will just buy less and charge you. They'll tell you.
I think what I usually do, I prefer like taking Yoruba people. I can even pay the transport from Lagos down to East, because if they come, they'll be seriously be doing that job because they don't know anybody to interact with, they'll be serious in doing even those Cotonou guys, sometimes I prefer using them to do, because they will do exactly because they don't have anywhere to go,
UK, you are not racist, so you are racist.
I'm not racist. It's not about racist. No, I'm not racist. No, I'm just telling you because of the experience I have with my people.
I'm just joking.
Why is it even such a thing now that it is Cotonou people out of all places that are coming to build in Nigeria, especially POP? When you want to do POP,
it's them because they do it well.
It's always Cotonou people that are able to do it the way you want.
They do it and they give you the timeline, because I like to do things with timeline, because I know a family person. When you have money and if you don't do it, the children will just take the money back. So once you are doing something, if it is 2 weeks or 1 month, you just do it straight and take off, because if you don't do it like that now, the money will go back to to where it come from.
Yes, to what's it called, Disneyland. And Boga. All right. Thank you, UK. So yeah, back to you, engineer. So that shoddy building you were saying.
So you see, one man, what is going on in that country? It's just like what you said earlier. Basically, what these people do there is, the way I see, they were given enough sufficient money, but the materials they use, they reduce it. And if you notice, if you want to build something in a swamp area like that, something first you need to do, there's a cement that they normally use. Once that cement go in under the water, it's become a solid material. So it could be either they mix the cement or they do something a bit error there, because for a building like that to collapse, I must be honest to you, the engineers, the land surveyor, everybody need to be held accountable for that, because this is completely unacceptable. I saw a video where someone was crying that his brother just visited the country, just for him to go there. The next thing, the building collapsed with him. It's very sad.
So many tragic stories from that space. One girl like that, she's recently graduated, just found a job, due to marry on Friday, now no more. Some lady, the only boy in their family under that building. It's just, yeah.
And one man, the owner of the building itself is dead.
There you are, But is that not what is in question?
Thomas, yes, we are saying that is the thing. They hang it to your vice president. You're talking the other.
Hey, look at this guy. Yeah?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Because the guy came out 2 years ago. That is the owner of the building.
So after 2 years ago, what happened then?
Mr. Femi. So I don't think Osinbajo is.
Do you know during, I can't remember his name now, it's a Yoruba name, but do you know during Babangida's regime, all of his oil deals, he was hiding it behind some Yoruba man that is a front for all this oil company. The one Yoruba name now, he owns some big oil company, but a lot of people are of the thought that oil company actually belongs to Babangida, and that guy is just a front. So the people in government, of course, they use fronts to. They won't go. Osinbajo will not be going to supervise building now. He will use a front.
You are right. You are right.
All right. So thank you, Thomas. So yeah,
go on. Yeah. Let me just say something. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, because all these people, when they hit that money, because I know a person, the person did it.
Are you not going to say something that they will send the EFCC after you? Be mindful, If you
No, no,
know
no, no, no,
corruption,
no, 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 no. No, I'm just saying now. I mean, there are so many of them that did it, and they just bring the money. But just as for them to bring in money into US is difficult now, because unlike before, because the country wants to know where the money, what you do, how the money is coming, though they still use people to use them to buy their this thing. But if them and those people have problem, sometimes they collect the house from them because they don't know you now. It's the name of the person that is in that house they know.
All right. All right. Thank you. So, engineer, Northern elders insist Nnamdi Kanu must be prosecuted. Say IPOB a threat to Nigeria. So that goes, of course, against what the popular consensus is. That people are suggesting that they should negotiate Nnamdi Kanu out of custody. So, what are you making of this position being adopted by the Northern elders?
First of all, who went and bribed them? Let's start from there.
No, it's the usual troublemakers though. Ango Abdullahi and his Man Friday, Ali Baba Ahmed, according to Ajale Koko, Akim Baba Ahmed.
Well, one thing we need to understand here, one man, this is the problem that Nigeria will end up having till eternity. If somebody is coming out to say the truth or to find solution to a problem that tomorrow everything will benefit every individual in that country, some people will sit down there because Buhari is the chief commander of the state, and they will be there trying to please him or trying to come out and be saying all sorts of nonsense. Because people like that coming out saying they should deal with Nnamdi Kanu, that's their own cup of tea. Or something they need to realize. Nnamdi Kanu is also fighting for them. If they don't know, that's the biggest mistake they are making. For them coming and saying all sorts of kind of caricature, or they should continue mocking him. But time will tell. Something they will understand is the money they have been siphoning or getting from the south down to them there. One day will be one day. 99 days for thief, and one day will surely be for the owner.
And you are right, it is mocking. They are essentially mocking. That is what they are doing.
And this is a challenge to the South leaders and the traditional leaders. They need to come out. This is something I've been saying it since the very first day this guy was kidnapped. I said, where are all these people? Where are the leaders? Where are the traditional leaders? Where are the Azes? What are they doing? Is their son? Their son has been kidnapped. What are they doing towards Nnamdi Kanu? Have they put everything in place that people will go and be visiting him, or once a week or twice a month? Have they put things in place like that? No. Have they made sure that that guy is 100% safe?
Engineer, that means to tell you they don't buy his ideology.
Yeah, because
if the Southern and East buy Nnamdi Kanu ideology, I think all the states should be talking now for his release. They didn't buy his ideology. That's the problem, my brother.
No, we know he's not going to be released. That's for sure, till all these evil leaders they leave. But something that is the main important thing is, have they put anything in place to be checking him? Those are the important things that they need to communicate with this guy. They need to be sure that he's okay, he's all right, everything is going well with him. But have anybody like the
No,
leader?
but I don't know about the governors, but they have, because Ohanese, they've assembled a team of lawyers to be going to hold a watching brief anytime that Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah, but if not for those people to come out and chase Ohanese, will they do it right from day one? Remember, the Ohaneses, they don't like him. They are against him. So why all of a sudden now? Because everybody's eyes are opening and people are chasing them one after the other. That's why the Ohaneses, they can't hold it. They can't stand it, because the truth is coming and the hunt is hunting them now. Amechi, former governor of Rivers State, said it clearly. By the time these people will come out and start asking questions, that's when Nigeria will become Nigeria. But for now, if we like, let them be stealing the money. But when people will realize and start chasing people one after the other, then that's when you see them, they start, Ohaneze, what have they done to this guy since he was kidnapped? Nothing. You understand? So what about the Indibos? What have they done to that guy? Nothing. So sometimes when we see things like this, it's annoying. One person, everybody in Nigeria, the Northerners, they're now coming out saying this and this. Come on, man. This guy is trying to fight to see the better thing in that country, that everything will be fixed. You understand? Because the amount of budget, this, that. These people have been stealing it, no result. It's just to be taking loans. And now this riffrats, idiots, they come out and be saying, "No, Buhari should do this, do that." Come on, man. It's a slap to Igbo traditional leaders. Honestly, they need to respond to that kind of nasty talk. If they don't do that, honestly, I lose respect for them.
All right. Thank you, engineer. So, engineer, finally, Yaya Bello, he continues to push the space that he wants to be the next president, and he's straddling that age thing, this generational leap that Nigerians are asking for, that enough of the old and decrepit, now for the young and vibrant. So he wants to champion that space and is saying that he's being groomed as a successor for Buhari. So what are you then making of Dino Melaye's nemesis talking his chances up?
Well, Yaya Bello, that one is one of the biggest clan we have in that country called Nigeria. Because that guy is he's a lunatic. He should go and sort out his state people first. He should go and ask for forgiveness, ask for pardon. They need to pardon him in his own state of origin. If not, he has a long way to go.
I'm surprised by the sort of people that are going to raise up his hand. I've seen the Oni go to raise up his hand. Of course, we saw Mikel Obi raise up his hand. We've seen Fanika Ode raise up his hand. We are seeing Northerners raise up. So they are raising this guy's hand up as a possibility. Yaya Bello.
Well, they can raise it for now because he's in position to go and bribe them or do one or two things. It's unfortunate. The same person that is bribing all these people is the same person. I have one of his letter that was I think they said he should return back some amount of money he stole. I think about 20 million or billion US dollar, the state money that he stole. I think I read about his story. Was it last 3 or 4 months? So if this man is coming to be talking all this, or he's trying to claim, "Oh, people like me," this, he's just one of the comedians. Like I think after Dino is him in terms of comedy in that region. They're the most funniest people ever that someone can encounter. The worst thing, I keep saying it, one man, can Nigeria, there's a way Nigeria can move forward. Either they change the constitution of how long people would last in that seat, and if you're staying in that seat, don't pass 4 years. Let them make it 2 years. After that, don't go to any politics again. Serve your 2 years or then leave seat. Don't even think of going to Senate or this and that, or become a minister. Once you've been elected as this, serve it and don't go further again. I think that's part of the solution that Nigeria needs to make sure that country is fixed. Because people like Yaya Bello, come on, we know how he went back for second term. He rigged it. Everybody knows. How can you owe a civil servant their wages for 24 months? Huh? They have family to feed. They have children.
It's just wickedness, isn't it?
That's the most evil governor ever Nigeria can encounter. Seeing that kind of human being, and he have the guts to come out and he's saying he wants to come out as a president. What kind of things will he do? You understand? And we have our brother there, Mikel Obi, calling him, giving him ambassador of youth or whatever.
Yes.
That's the most. That one too. That one, he's sick too. He's very, very sick. He has a problem. All of them, they are psycho. These people, they need help, man. That country, honestly, They need to be questioning some people. What the hell are they doing in that state?
All right. Thank you, engineer. So, engineer, let me put a talking point to Middleman, and then we start to round off. So, Middleman, good to have you. Even though you came in the latter half. Middleman, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, good to have you. I'm not sure how much of the session you have been following, but we've been talking about Kenya taking to law to assert that they did not extradite NNAMDI Kanu to Nigeria. So for him to have been brought from Kenya legally to Nigeria, then it will have to have been an extradition. So if that's now been taken off the table, then we now know categorically that NNAMDI Kanu was illegally, against his will, taken from Kenya and rendered to Nigeria. So the legal position, they said it via a court filing. So what are you making of that? How does that, what does that portend for the NNAMDI Kanu narrative, Middleman?
That I've always had that opinion that NNAMDI Kanu cannot be tried in Nigerian court due to this unsolved, unclear means through which he was brought back to Nigeria. Until that, because Nigeria is a state, it's a country, so it cannot behave like a non-state. It cannot behave like a rogue state. You know, things have to be transparent. Now, Kenya has done the needful. They have come out to say that there was no filing of extradition of NNAMDI Kanu from their country, meaning that he was abducted, possibly by non-state actors in Kenya. How can a country behave like that? A country that wants to be respected. And I believe Kenya has done this because probably they were pressured by the UK. And like I always say, I know things are happening behind the scenes. We do not know. We do not have the full information. I believe that NNAMDI Kanu situation will be resolved politically. He will not be tried. He will be tried, but he will not be jailed. They will keep adjourning his case until maybe Buhari leaves office or something happens. But it will be a political solution. And this piece of information makes it in a serious country, where the system works. It makes it impossible to try NNAMDI Kanu in Nigeria.
No, you cannot try him off the back of an illegality, can you?
Exactly.
How can you, off the back of an illegality, get a just legal outcome? You cannot, can you? You commit a crime, and then off the back of that crime, you want to get a just legal outcome. That's I mean, that's just make a mockery of the whole. But then, of course, the whole thing is a mockery, isn't it? I mean, God, like I said, it's just gangster's paradise. With Nigeria is a gangster's paradise.
Gangster's paradise. Yeah.
Yes, it's this is the.
God, man. And you see, the northern elders are coming out to say that these are things they are not considering. These are things that seem not to be important to them. That is what happens in a lawless country. You know,
do you think it's a mindset thing, isn't it? They don't get it.
Yeah, it is a mindset. It is a mindset thing, and because he is perceived as being against the North, so it is the Northern. Why is it that the Middle Belt elders or the Yoruba elders are not coming out to say, or the South elders are not coming out to say, oh, NNAMDI Kanu is a threat to Nigeria? Does Nigeria belong to them? Are they the guardians of Nigeria?
You know, that's a valid point, you know. Why are the Yorubas not coming to say that NNAMDI Kanu is a threat? Yes.
If it's really a threat to Nigeria, why is it that only Northern elders are interested in saving Nigeria?
Northerners especially. Why is it only Northerners are especially against him if it's a threat to Nigeria? Because Nigeria is not the North, is it? But don't tell them that, though, because they don't seem to grasp that Nigeria is not the North.
It's a funny place. It's a funny place. Let's see how it plays out. But I still believe that one day NNAMDI Kanu will sue Nigeria and probably Kenya in the UK, and he will win.
Yes,
he will win.
I think they should already be suing the Kenyan government now, both in their
Yeah,
country and in the UK.
yeah.
Yes.
He will do that, and he will win.
Mm.
That is a no-brainer.
Mm.
So there is it should be resolved politically. Political situations, you resolve it politically. You don't resolve it in the in the judicial system, because it doesn't. There's no way you can really address things. People have to sit together and talk. It is a give and take situation, you know. And it is when it's resolved politically, it is you get a solution that tends to be more lasting, you know.
All right, thank you, Meadowman. So, Meadowman, you came later, so we will seek to start to round off here. So we go Thomas, UK, Meadowman, and then we land on engineer. So Thomas, just rapidly through it, so we can just in record time have the closing.
One man,
Or do you want to go first?
Let me ask Thomas, what part of
Yeah.
Australia are you? Hello, Thomas.
He's where the kangaroo and the antelope location.
You need smoke signals to get to Australia. I'm not even sure we should consider Australia part of the planet. It's so far away, 24 hours from everywhere.
Thomas went hunting now, so he just leave the platform.
Maybe skipping the kangaroo has got him.
Exactly.
I think that is the only country that they do have that creature, kangaroos. I'm not sure it is native to anywhere
They have
else.
wild. The amount of wild animals in that place is just unbelievable. I was watching a video the other day. A lady was sleeping, and a big snake went into her room.
You know, the snakes, that's the one thing that will never let me go to Australia.
She's sleeping, and she was trying to move. The snake just rise up with his head and tried to beat her up. I was like, he was captured on camera. Like, whoa.
Do you know what especially freaks me out about that place? In their toilets, the snakes coming through the toilet basin.
Under the water.
Under the water in the toilet. Can you imagine? God, I can never, ever go to that country. Ever.
Yeah, Thomas doesn't want to. Why is it that Thomas doesn't want to say something?
Maybe it's all these things now. Maybe it's been talked. All right. Okay. Since we don't have.
Let me talk.
Go on.
Well, what I want to say is that the people should take back the power, because the power belongs to the people now. Since they say we are doing democracy now, so all I want to say is that people should stand up for their rights, because I think a lot of people doesn't know their right in Nigeria, and that is why things are just going haywire. You know, if people stand up for their rights, I think everything will fall in places. That's all I want to say. Engineer, have a good night.
Oh, thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you, UK. What time is it where you are, UK? Yeah.
The time is almost to 10. This
okay.
20,
because your voice always sounds so tired later in the thing.
Now, when you finish working now, but
yes,
this your show make me to feel relaxed.
Yeah, sometimes when UK is counting his money, that's when
this is it. It's there was some rapper or something. So they're asking him how tall he is. He says I'm 5'2", but I am 6 foot something when I'm standing on my wallet. So that is
wow.
UK. It's a big man when he's standing on his wallet. Thank
exactly.
you, UK.
Well, it's always good. Yeah, it's always good to work and make the money now. More especially when you make money without wayoing or taking bribe now, you are making a straight money. It gives you a joy now.
You sleep easier. Thank you, UK. So to you then, engineer, just wrap it up for us. Engineer, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, thank you, one man, and thank you, viewers. Well, I don't have much to say. It's just based on what is happening in our country, Nigeria. how that building collapsed and killed about 30-something people. They have a future. They have a bright future, but unfortunately, their life has been cut short. So you just have to pray that God should console their family and their loved ones, because it's not that easy. Despite the fact the country is in the mess, and all of a sudden you still lose your lost ones, and it's something that we need to go through it, and it's something Nigerian government need to start checking all the buildings, because some time ago here in the United Kingdom here, when there was a tower that got on fire, and now I believe UK government, they're following every tower in the United Kingdom to put every fire alarm detector. So things like this, if Nigerian government should wake up and start checking all the buildings, I believe we'll have capable engineers in that country that will check how strong the buildings are, and how heavy they can take loads into such building. And it's something that we need to look at it, and let's continue to pray and console the lost ones and their family. And also regarding our brother NNAMDI Kanu, whatever the Northerners are coming out to say things about him, well, to me, I don't blame them. They should say whatever they want to say, but time shall tell. If there's somebody that is coming out to say the truth and to say things that will save that country, and it end up being not kidnapped, they put him in the prison. Well, it's a challenge to every individual in that country, and it's a challenge to the Igbo leaders. It's a challenge to the Ohanese. It's a challenge again to the southern governors for letting their son to stay in that kind of place, for him to be passing through all this kind of evil atrocity towards him. It's time for Nigerians to wake up. It's time for people to begin to understand that we are the people who elect these people. If they didn't do anything good, let's still stand up, advise ourselves, go to these people and tell them clearly, you were there in that seat. What did you do to your state? What did you do to your country? It's something we shouldn't stay back. We should start asking questions. We need to start asking questions. If there's something that people write a letter or go and visit these people in a peaceful way and have a talk, have a chat with them. I believe Nigeria is a country that accommodates everybody. Nigeria is a lovely country. We are not discriminating, we are not racist, but it's just the Nigerian government, they are the one making things hard for each citizen. And also, let's see how it's going to be. And God will surely help us. And thank you guys. Also, feel free, you're more than welcome to come to this channel, to this platform. Give us your opinion, give us your idea. We are not perfect. We also need your advice. If you can come on, believe me, we'll be happy to welcome anybody, whether you're from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. This is a platform for you to come in and give us your own view. Also, the Fulanis, we didn't hate you. We're not saying all of you are bad. We still value some of you. Feel free to come in and come and tell us what is going on, because people, they need answer. They need people like you to come to the platform and say what is happening. If your people, they're doing things, say it. If you think it's not all of them, you can still say it. Nigerians are here to listen to you and understand whatever you're saying, because if we work in team, I'm telling you, teamwork is success. So God will bless everybody, and God will bless one man, the top man on the platform. Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, all right, thank you, engineer. But I'm not the top man on the platform, as you know. Ajale Koko, one and only. People look at me for Ajale Koko. Me, I'm just the nuisance that annoys people. So thank you, engineer.
Thank you.
I'll speak to you later. So that was engineer. So he rounds it off for us, and we leave it there. So I will leave it there. Carry the conversation on within the comment section, but here I say peace.